attack the master teacher because you thought you heard something that you didn't hear. That's the first violation. You don't come in. First of all, you come in and you act like you come in peace, but you don't. You got an agenda.
Wars of men upright, independent and fearless. Dogmatized, dirty Moors, tongues cut out, left earless. Cause they never listen. Dirty Moors, keep up your slander. Wu-Tang torture in your ass, hot hangers. Kidnappers, dirty Moor, torture him like Saw. 3D, 0.5 or 1 through 4. Or get it like 5 or 6 with a fez on jigsaw. Leather face in a turban, rip dirty Moors lips off. Disrespecting the mother Raz Mariah Bay. Wrap him up like double crochet, the barbed wire way. Throw them off a bridge or feed them to the piranhas. Yellow journalists more spread nothing but propaganda. Idi Amin Bey, treat the temple like Uganda. Dirty Moors like foreigners, crush the dust like ganja. Not worthy of being Moors, we call them dirty Nehesus. Solomon Seal spell command 72 demons to get you.
This is what the temple guys actually said. That Canaanland is not a part of North America. Canaanland is bigger. Yo, it's ignorant, man. I mean, come on, you're talking about the same landmass. Canaanland is actually bigger than the landmass they know as the corporate United States. Almost twice as big. And if they had any sense, they could just go to Google and they can type in North America and find out North America goes all the way up to Greenville. But they're ignorant. They don't want to do that. They just dealing off emotion.
You might hear hoarse voices, see frog faces, and who's for feet. Demons we run with, spit fire with gold wolf teeth. Keep playing, forget back teeth. New Moors are an issue, get Ginsu. Maybe a dream visit from Vishnu, a nightmare to never end and always continue. Cold as an igloo, dealing with my trust issues through vigilance. Active Moors are militants, SPLC dirty Moors call that sovereign citizen. Lying for views, they notice all the empty pews. Benz need gas and fixing, but not enough dues. Big pen base sell you out for peanuts, claiming that we nuts for teaching birthright street level, keeping it beat nuts.
To any members of the MSTA that's out there listening to what I'm saying, please get it through your head. I don't have a problem with the MSTA. I got issues with
Kendrick Lamar, stay surrounded by feathers. Dirty's guilty of fraud and through all these scrutinized their ledgers. Getting proclamations from Morocco, disrespect us. Corporate city only recognize people's court jesters. Hand in their back, Moorish puppets and minions. Never get the human rights recognition like Moors near Virginia. Commonwealth, for active Moors knowledge, the Commonwealth. Dirty's claim more, but really on the straw man help. Authenticating a birth certificate, that's not significant. Civil little more two status syndicates. In more face, watch them too. More status Indians claiming Turtle Island are lying, so intricate.
long days and long nights. But this message needed to be heard.
Is Rise of the Moors guilty of violating any U.S. laws? The answer is yes. They are guilty. Let's go and look up their crimes that they were charged with. What? Rise of Moors charged with? The answer is yes. 11 men in Wakefield. You got to be a master scientist to get yourself out of this. And Taj Tariq Bey is a ISELF law and master. He should be able to go and get them because these guys are influenced by him. Canaanland Moors is influenced by him. Taj Tariq Bey is responsible. And another guy named C. Freeman Ill, they're trying to put it on him and to say he brought ISELF law and master. We're going to go over that after I'm done with this. 11 men in Wakefield have firearms and conspiracy. This is what they can propagate our faith, without being under Christianity. Basically, in a nutshell, that's what Moor science is. Emmanuel, mayor of the city of Chicago. I'm a Lord. change in 1960, and in the South, of the Negro South, a lot of things are about to change. But we have this 50-star flag. Now, if you can prove to me that Moorish Americans have no connection to this U.S. flag that we fly today, ordinances and the supreme law of the land, these guys, these deputies, these policemen, they have been deputized by the sheriff, by the imperial sheriff. We have been over this time and time again. They have been deputized. They have a star. So the supreme imperial sheriff, which is more than likely a Native American group, like the Cherokees or something in one of these towns, it's always one of them groups. And then little do you know, a lot of Native American, indigenous Americans are part of the federal government. They initiate the federal government, whether you know it or not. So he has this flag proving that he's a U.S. citizen. He has this other flag upside down. It's a symbol of distress, but also letting you know, according to my interpretation, that he is here to do his job as a prophet, but the black people in his group, posing as Moors, is giving him a hard time, and the black people in the streets are hard-headed and stiff-necked. So he's like, I'm here to wake them up, but they don't want to be awoken. So deal with them with care is what this symbolizes to me. Now, the flag of amity and commerce is not upside down because business as usual. Business is going to continue just because some black people is acting stupid. We're not going to stop getting money just because some black people, I'll call them black people because they are no longer Moorish Americans once they step out of the realm of what the prophet brought. Because the prophet said, turn in your fence and your nationality card and go back to being Negro, blacks, and colors. Because he found you all as Negro, blacks, and colors. So after Taj Tariq Bey became a Moor, now he's the Moorish consulate. After Jamal Bey became a Moor, now he's Rise of the Moors. You understand why the MSTA put out the statement saying that these people are committing fraud? Rise of the Moors, Jamal Bey, is committing fraud. He is not a theocratic form of government, a spiritual leader. He is a militia with guns. This is commercial. Once you deal with machinery, you're dealing.
Stop lying. Because if the type of government ruled by a divine being or religious text is a theocracy, then how are you going to tell a Moor that they're not part of a theocratic government? The fact that we have a nationality called Moorish American, the fact that we have a prophet that he himself said Allah sent him. So if Allah sent him and Moors say they honor Noble Drew Ali, who Allah sent, how is that not theocratic government? But these are the COINTEL pedophiles that you subjected yourself to. These are them. These are the traitors who don't want to do anything for the nation. Same thing that, like the board said, Brother Hassan spazzing out. Same thing Brother Hassan is spazzing out about. These worthless Moors who don't want to do anything with themselves but play backbiting other Moors because they're too coward. Because Rami Salamel is a coward, first of all, he's not going to push the link to get on here and explain himself. Second reason why Rami Salamel is a coward is because there was a lecture that he was at with his wife, and while the lecture's going on, his wife walks right in front of everybody when she could have went another way. And he didn't say anything. He just let her do it. Third of all, he's going to put his son on camera and put his son on the spot, demanding him that he say Moorish American prayer when his son doesn't even know the prayer. So why is he putting his son in that position? Why? Why? Who you trying to prove to somebody that you teach your son? Obviously, you don't teach your son more science if he doesn't know the prayer. Obviously, you don't teach your son more science if you have one piece flag hanging up and not the Moroccan flag, Rami Salamel. And we know that your own vine and fig tree is not one piece. We know your own vine and fig tree is not Martin Luther King. He wasn't proclaiming that he's a Moor or anything like that. Why didn't you teach your son the prayer, Rami? Why didn't you teach your son the prayer? Why you have your son up there? Why you have your son on live talking about doing the prayer when he doesn't even know the prayer? You know how dumb that made you look, Rami? You know how much more of a traitor that made you look than we already look at you as a traitor? And then on top of that, you're never going to push the link, but you could send me emails every day. Every day, you'll send me emails. Every day, you're going to send me emails. Every day. But it's the block party. So push the link. You have one opportunity to prove yourself. And when you don't, you're blocked forever. So you can either push the link or you could keep playing games. You know, I'm on vacation right now. So, you know, I got time. Got mad time. Got mad time. Food's already there. I got food. Got water. Got some snacks. So everything's good. Where y'all at? Go in the washroom from your job and push the link. Go in the washroom from your job. You got Job, what are you doing right now? Doing nothing? Well, then push the link. If you're doing nothing, don't be a coward now that the link's out there. And make sure you send this to Tazadak and everybody else. Whoever. Yeah, because, you know, you obviously have nothing better to do than be here. So when you're blocked forever, it's going to be interesting to see what you're going to do. It's going to be real interesting. And somebody send this, matter of fact, I'll just send him a message right now while we're live on here. Just leave him a message on his video. We are live now. Where are you at? We are live now. Where are you at? Don't be a coward now that we're live. Be a coward now. Don't be a coward now that we're live. You got one chance to prove yourself, or you're blocked forever.
I just want to show that you're a coward and you're going to block a person because you're a coward.
Say that again?
I said, I just want to prove you're a coward and you're going to block a person because you don't know how to have a respectful conversation because you're the coward.
Why, how am I the coward? I've been going live for 10 years. How am I the coward? Where you been for 10 years?
Because you've never had a respectful conversation with nobody. Not one person that's says they're against anything you say.
So let's have it. So what do you want to have a respectful conversation about? What's your problem?
How can you say that?
You obviously have a problem.
The brother Jamal was irresponsible and reckless with 11 other people in his under his jurisdiction. That was reckless and irresponsible. Go against that.
How did somebody get injured? Did somebody get injured?
You answer a question with a question? Did you answer a question with a question?
No. Yeah, because your question is incompetent. Because you already know my position on Jamal. You don't need to come on here and try to convince me that he did something wrong. He did nothing wrong. We've been saying that. What
you
the hell
have
did
to
he
have
do
all
wrong?
your goods in the trust. That's the law.
What did he do wrong? Don't tell me about trust. What did he do wrong? Don't tell me about trust.
He pulled out a gun on the police. That's what he did wrong.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Stop lying. I saw the dash cam video. You're a liar. I saw the dash cam video. If he pulled out the gun on the police, why didn't the police pull their gun out on him?
when you carry a gun, you're supposed to have it strapped around your chest if it's a long gun. If you have your gun in your hand, that's a gun that's ready to go. And he's a military man, and he knows how to ride with guns.
He's a military man or nothing like that. Answer my question. If he pulled out the gun on the police, right? How come they didn't pull their guns out on them?
Are you going to answer any of my questions?
The dash cam.
Shit.
Dash cam we're talking about. Huh?
Are you going to answer any of my questions?
No, because you're on my platform.
I know you're not, because you're a coward.
Coward of what? What does coward have to do with anything? Answer
you
the question.
Won't answer nobody's questions.
What question? What question? What question you got?
Why can't you answer?
Because
was Jamal irresponsible and reckless with 10 other people's lives, knowing that he was a military man?
I said no, he wasn't. You asked me the question, and my answer is no. He was not irresponsible. He was not wrong in any way, shape, or fashion. That's my answer.
No military man in America carry their gun like that. No military man.
You asked the question. I answered your question. Now where are we going from there? Don't give me your commentary. I don't care about your commentary.
You said tell me what he did wrong. I'm answering your question.
No, he didn't do anything wrong. You can't convince me he did something wrong. You asked me
something horribly wrong.
You asked me, is he irresponsible? My answer is no, he's not irresponsible. You're not going to prove to me that he was irresponsible. My answer is no. No, you're not. No, you can't. Because
you've never been in the military or carried guns because you're in Canada.
No. I'm telling you.
You've never carried a gun because you're in Canada, bro.
I'm telling you what my answer is. My answer is no.
I'm telling you that you don't know because you don't know nothing about guns.
Don't tell me about guns. I don't care about guns. That has nothing to do with anything.
I know you don't. That's what he's in jail for. So you should listen for a second to somebody knows about guns.
That's not why he's in jail. No, that's not why he's in jail. He's in jail because of colonization. That's why he's in jail. He's not in jail because he did something wrong.
Bro, we ain't get colonized. Slavery's fake. Slavery Russian, Cujo.
All right. You obviously are trying to play your little game that you play on these other people's stuff. Obviously. Because if you're asking me a question and I tell you my answer, how are you telling me you're going to tell me something? What are you telling me? You're not telling me anything. He's not irresponsible. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. The hell do I care what you say? Your root word. Ain't nobody listening to you. Ain't nobody want to hear your opinion. Your root word. We don't give a shit about you over here. You got a courtesy. You got a courtesy to come on here and talk. This is our platform. Telling me that you're going to convince me that. How are you going to convince me that he did something wrong when my answer is he did nothing wrong? How are you convincing me? Well, because I got to show you that when you put the guns in the car, you're supposed to. What are you talking about? How you put guns in the car? What are you talking about? Why is that even in the conversation? What do guns have to do with anything? What does that have to do with something? What's the difference? Well, they got some special permission to have them, but it's a constitutional right. So it's not a special provision for police to have guns. Anybody. Anybody. Simple. It's that simple. Ain't got nothing. There's the link. Push the link. Let's push the link. That's all. Let's push the damn link. You got something to prove to you people. Who the hell do you think you are? Got nothing to prove to you. My track record. You think people found out about 77 amazing facts because of Rami? Rami didn't push the book. What the hell are you talking about? Why doesn't include question? Why does Rami's son not know the prayer? And he's a true Moor. If he's such a true Moor, how come not the prayer? How come? How come? Here's the link. Got nothing. All you got is trolling. All it is trolling. That's all you could. That's all. Under the bridge ass niggas. I'm not the one that killed my mom. A queer. Noble a queer. Noble queer. How come your mom died? What happened? What happened, Noble a queer? Why did your mom die? I'm still waiting for you to answer that question.
Shooting industry, and all of that has to be registered. It has to be paperwork because people can lose their lives. This is not a game to be showing off, flashing anything to anybody. This is not a competition. Dealing with the spiritual and divine aspect of self, it is similar to Buddhism and Taoism. You won't be compulsive doing things that violate
Trying. Peace.
Islam, more.
Islam.
Islam. I'd just like to big up the Moorish Marines that got took captive. Um, I was part of the lot that was watching the videos, like the 20 so Moors. I was watching the video, and I watched it jump to like 100,000 views on YouTube before they took it down.
Right.
Big up to the Moors, man, cause the Moors they held a square. None of the Moors got shot. And the Moors on here saying, "Oh, did those guns protect the Moors?" Is the Moors stupid? None of the Moors got shot. The Moors
Exactly.
told the Moors told them, "Yo, don't point nothing at them." But what did they point at them? The only thing they pointed at them was their flag, which they had tied on the back of their truck. No more gave none of those cops a signal that they needed help. So like what Taj Tariq Bey told those Moors running their mouth is, give the law. What constitutional law, what treaty law have these Moors broken? If they haven't done none of those things, you're just running your mouth. You're on the side of these
Exactly.
Europeans.
Exactly.
And that's
Exactly.
it, Marlon.
Give thanks more. Appreciate that. And when we talk to those Moors, we'll let them know that there's Moors out here who support them, and what I mean, wish them well regardless of what's going down.
One more thing, Marlon.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
For the Moor that's calling the Moor Mr. Trini or whatever. Was he Mr. Trini when y'all was writing that book, or was he a Moor then? And
Right.
when did he stop being a Moor and become Mr. Trini?
Yeah.
And another thing, the what they call the Caribbean islands, right? If you look at the history with Jamaica, with 1862, with the independence, the former Prime Minister D.B. Sangster in Ministry of Finance, paper number 37, where in Article 3, where it talks about nationality provision, it clearly states that the citizenship of Jamaica is to separate the citizenship of the Commonwealth only on a practical basis. You see, so none of those countries down there in the West Indies truly never received any form of independence because they're still members of the Commonwealth. So what that Moore is talking about, the Europeans still call us Negro, black, and colored. If the Moore go to the Windrush generation, and you go look at the signs that the Europeans had set up in their window shop after World War II ended, and the Maroons, that the 10,000 Moors that they recruited to come fight in the military, in the European Queen military, her army, the Windrush guys. At the end of that war, their signs was niggers go home. Niggas ain't allowed here. West Indians this. Blah, blah, blah. Well, the prophet said we not Negro, black, colored, Indian, West Indians, none of that. So if we ain't none of that, by default, we gotta be Moorish Americans. By default, if we're not Trinidadians, Jamaicans, Dominicans, none of those things, by default, we have to be Moorish Americans.
Nothing else we could be.
That's it. And I challenge that Moore to read Ministry of Finance paper number 37 and see what the Moore says, referring to these independence that the Crown offered, and they never gave us no independence, Miles. It's just the transfer of power. It's just like the Emancipation Proclamation that was done over here.
Emancipation all over.
Yeah, I know that to be fact because Jamaica still have a governor general. As long as you have a governor general in place, that means that military, that army is not the army of the people. It's served as an occupational force to keep the people in check.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing that's going over here. These guys running around killing us or whatever, those guys are the equivalent of the JDF, the Jamaican Defense Force. They're not. Jamaica haven't waged one single outside war since its inception, but it's raised up its M16s on its own people. It's the same thing with the police. They ain't raised one war outside, but they're waging war against the Moors over here. So I don't get what this Muslim is talking about. talking about Trinity's this and Trinity's that, and respect your heritage. That stuff started in 1962, more. Same
Exactly.
thing with Martin Luther King Jr. and the marching and this and the third. You're taking me right back to like 4th to 5th grade, where my history begins with marching, guys.
Yep.
Just so the Moor knows, I've been through both the American educational system and the Jamaican educational system. You see, so I know both sides of the story. In Jamaica,
Exactly.
they taught us that we was West Indians, and over here they taught us that we was Negro, Black, and colored. And the prophet said we ain't none of that. So I don't know what that insane Moor is talking about. That Moor has lost his mind.
It's insanity. That's exactly what it is. It's insanity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what it is. Toxic insanity.
That Moor needs to take down that pirate flag, bro. Put up that flag that stopped those Moors from getting shot. Cause I seen the video today of a Negro guy walking around with a gun, and the cops came up and burned him. But why if there was terrorists, right? Why did they send out negotiator? Why didn't they send out a anti-terrorist force and just done them? Just finish them.
Yep. They're terrorists like that.
Niggas, kill them.
Yeah.
And then some guys will go march for them and whatever, and then tomorrow we're gonna go home and do whatever we're gonna do. Get a medal or whatever.
Yep. Yeah.
So the narrative that's being played around doesn't make sense. It's not adding up. If these guys were like these bad, I've even seen response from Europeans saying, man, they thought they were like some Taliban guys running around.
Yeah.
Not Americans.
Yeah. When they found out,
there's some of them are defending them, saying, yo, these guys, they're Americans exercising their right.
Yeah. Yep. And those people are terrified that they're gonna lose their right.
All right. Yo, that's crazy. Wow.
If this stuff could fly, they could just pull anybody down and take their stuff and kidnap them. We're not having that as Second Amendment people. They're not having that. They're like, forget all that. We back those people. They didn't do anything wrong. They did nothing wrong. And anyone saying that they did something wrong, you're a COINTEL pedophile. We know that you're a pedo. We know that you are. No way you tell me these Moors are terrorists, and there was absolutely no resistance.
None. The brother even went up with a handshake. The Moor was supposed to be fully armed with his personal protective equipment, because the Moor said they felt afraid. It's 3 in the morning. The Moor said that they felt afraid. So he said that he told his men to arm to get their protective equipment ready. So boom, the Moor went up to those to the agents and with their equipment, and they went out with they reached out with a handshake. How you get a terrorist from?
Yeah, how you get a terrorist from that? That's the question. How you get a terrorist from that?
How you get a standoff from that?
If any other Moors got any common sense,
and if they really wanted to help more, why then? If they really wanted to help, why then? After you seen that, would you escalate the situation like that? If you really wanted to help, you would help the Moors, and then you go about your way. If you really wanted to help,
simple. If you really wanted to help, that's all. Help. But nah, everybody has to,
and then pay them, and then tell them to travel safely.
You know what I mean, that's it. Ain't nothing. What was wrong? What was wrong? Nothing was going wrong. You know what I'm saying? Nothing was going wrong. You make the call that, hey, this is what's going on, and you're not escalating anything crazy. No need for it. You know?
No need.
Absolutely no need for it. But You know what I mean? This is the element that you're gonna have to deal with, because there's people who are out here and they're mistrained. They don't have any people skills or whatever like that. Everything that they see, if people are reaching for their phone and getting shot, why wouldn't these people be scared?
More. Remember that? I don't know if you've seen that video, Muslim, but that other video where that black guy was in the car with his children, and the
Yeah,
officer asked him if he had the weapon, and the brother said he did, and he had a license for it. And what did he still do to him?
yeah, yeah.
He still finished him in front of the children
And his wife.
and his wife with
And
the
how,
license.
like, come
With
on,
the
with
license,
the
Muslim.
license, with the license,
With the license.
with the license, the same license that Moors are telling people, you know, be careful of these things, because they don't really protect you like that. They don't really protect you, right?
So give thanks that the Moor knew who he was, cause the Moor handled the situation very beautifully. The Moor didn't know who he was. If he thought he was Negro, black, colored, that could have went a whole
Yeah,
different other
sideways.
direction. It
Yeah,
would have been
yeah,
11 bodies.
yeah. It would have been 11 bodies. If they're gonna bring out the sound weapons and all that stuff, then it would have been 11 bodies if they really wanted to do what they wanted to do. But they couldn't. Because once you put that flag out there, not the stars and stripes like certain people are telling you that that's your flag, and then they're showing pictures of the convention, and they're only showing you the pictures that were taken with Moors in front of the stars and stripes. Why is it only those pictures? You think the Moorish Science Temple of America had a floor to ceiling stars and stripes, and they didn't have a floor to ceiling Moroccan flag? For real? You're telling me Noble Drew Ali, the prophet Noble Drew Ali, said, Moors, we're going to have a convention, and we're going to get a floor to ceiling flag, and it's going to be the stars and stripes flag, and that's it. Nothing, no other flag. Just that one? Come on, stop this.
Right. And you look in the questionnaire, it doesn't even talk about the stars and stripes.
Stars
It
and
only
stripes.
talks about one, and that's
One.
question number 9, the questionnaire number 19.
One. Only
One
talks
red
about
flag with a 5-pointed green star right in the center of it.
one. Only talks about one. Doesn't even bring up anything else. But here go these goofs that you people are listening to, telling you about stars and stripes, and Noble Drew Ali brought that, resurrecting flags, talking about how much number of stars are on it and all this other crap, when he told you what your flag was. Told you what the flag is. Red flag, green 5-point star. You don't need any more than that. What more you need than that? You really need more than that? If you think you need more than that, you might have problems. You might have some issues that you didn't.
And
you
even bringing up the magnitude of the flag, there's two things I would like to state to the Moor. I would like to find out what the Moor is. The is one, or was it 2000 when the Tripoli bombing happened, when the embassy got blown up, or was it in the Middle East? Was it Tripoli? And Hillary Clinton apologized in the Benjamin Franklin room with the Moorish Empire flag. Remember that. Have a long memory on that. She did not apologize just underneath no Star Spangled Banner. She didn't just apologize. She didn't even go to where the situation happened to apologize. So, with that being said, remember that, Moors, and we need to remind the Europeans that they apologize using our flag, because that flag that Noble Drew Ali flew in 1913 was flown before the Moroccan guys came about, and before this bombing thing happened. So it's not something that's new. This is not new. Secondly, is the treatment of the flag to what happened with the flag after the Moors was taken into their captivity. I would like to know what happened to it, because the Moors was flying that. What did they do to the stand? What did they do to the flag bearers? And who folded up the flag? And did they do the folding of the flag the Moorish customary way. That's what I would like to find out, because they have laws protecting the Star Spangled Banner. You see, so if they have laws protecting the Star Spangled Banner, then there should be some form of what should I say, respectability given to that other individual's flag, because they do fly the flags, the different flags of the other nations down there at the United Nations.
Yeah. And just go look up the law of the flag doctrine. So that way you're familiar with, oh, flags actually mean something. Flags actually have laws that go for it. Laws in flavor of it. Flag not just some people decide to come together, put some cloth together, and then that's that. Once the creation of it's done, it falls under the doctrine of flag etiquette, that you can and can't do certain things when it comes to flags. And it's specific to flags, is not specific to banners. Right?
Islam, more.
Islam.
More. I'm gonna keep listening, more.
Go give thanks, more.
Give thanks, Muslim.
If any other Moors out there, see how easy it is? You just push the link, that's all.
How you good?
It ain't no rocket science. I'm gonna get you out of it. It's not rocket science. Stuff is basic. But nah, they're not gonna say anything. They're gonna be in the chat. They're gonna be in the chat talking with their fingers. Trolls, they're probably coineros. Luring children with children stuff. I bet you if you go check their videos, they're gonna say it's good for children. Bet you. Bet you if you check their uploads, they'll say, oh, yeah, these are good for children. Bet you. Please, like I have to show my face, like people know how I look. Stop the dumb stuff. Stop the dumb. You don't have to show your face. Push the link. Oh, it's not like you have to show your face. You don't have to. Nobody demanding you show your face. But at least push the link instead of just being a coward in the chat. But we already know that you are COINTEL pedophiles because you call Moors domestic terrorists and you quote Anti-Defamation League and you quote SPLC. So we know that you're COINTEL pedophiles. We know you are. Push the link, Artie, so we could ban you forever. Off the precipice. Don't talk crazy. We're here. This way. We're here. You're not in the chat anymore. You could actually push the link and speak your mind. But no, you're not going to do that. You're just going to be a chat troll. You want to be a chat troll. Everybody knows. Just go watch last week's video. You could see how I look like if you want to know. Last Sunday's video at the temple, that we've been doing that for 10 years and the camera's always on. You can go there if you see how I look. But right now I'm on vacation, so I'm chilling, taking it easy. Or if you were home, you join the hell out of here. You lost your opportunity. You lost your opportunity, Artie. If you were home, but you could be in the chat though, right? But you could be in the. If you were home though, please What is this wife thing coming up? I don't have a wife. What the hell don't you get? Are you dense or what? There's no woman in my life other than my mom and my aunts and my sister and oracles who I call and get my readings from and all that. There ain't no in my life other than them. So what do you mean? Like what? What do you mean? It's basic. The more I just push the link, he said his piece in. No issues. I mean, how? What do you mean, how? I'm a Grand Sheik because when we went to find out about Moorish science, and the Moors said, oh, here's the article of Noble Drew Ali saying that he wanted temples in Toronto. So here's everything to be a temple in Toronto. I didn't ask to be this. There was no other options but me. None of you punks on here talking crazy. None of you punks put your hand up to be the Grand Sheik here. So what the hell? So what you want? Like, what do you want? You don't want Grand Sheiks here? You don't want Moors everywhere? That's not what you want? So you rather there not be Grand Sheik for Canaanland so you guys could keep calling it Canada and keep the fraud going on. That's what you want, right? That's why you want no Grand Sheiks here. We already know. Right? So you can be a subordinate temple with I am HH temple and call yourself Grand Sheik, but we can't be a subordinate temple with a charter and call ourselves Grand Sheik and call ourselves a temple. But you who don't have any authority and don't have a charter could be a subordinate I am hip hop temple. And then your I am hip hop temple email is called Noble Drew Ali. But you're not the fraud, and we're the fraud because we actually have a charter. And the email actually says Canaanland Moors. But, I know you people love your BS. More.
This. So down, and then we're going to end it with Taj Tariq Bey. Is guilty of Act 3 and Act 4. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice by all members of the MSTFA. No member is to put in danger or accuse falsely his brother band around to the Moors on the highway, waving. And he can't enforce his laws on him. At that moment, Jamal Bey put his brothers and sisters in danger.
What? How? No Drew Ali standing in front of the Moroccan flag at a convention. So that's no Drew. So no Drew Ali is a foreign national. That's why we just cuss you people out, because all you people are traitors and there's no. You should be ashamed of yourself and slap your wrists. You should be put on a wall and stoned to death. That's what you should get for being traitors, because treason is punishable by death. So you don't choose how you die. You don't pick. you get whatever the people say that they're going to give to you. But we already know you and your family are a bunch of traitors too. And if we did that to you, you'll probably go snitch. But you're not going to talk about how your mom died, Noble Aquir. Noble Aquir is not going to talk about how his mom died. But let the Muftis run down on him for talking about Rise of the Moors. I bet you they go snitch. I bet you they go snitch. We know that they're going to go snitch. So this is what you people have to deal with. The elements. The elements. Yeah. So as usual. Here's the delivery. About to go get this. But watch these people tell pedos. Watch them. Because they're only about one thing. Troll. That's all they're about. They're not about anything else. All they're about is trolling. That's all they're about. Honest to all the honest. No, they never type in. Never. They just sit in the chat. They don't. That's why we tell you that they're pedophiles, because they're gonna use these little children stuff. They're gonna use children stuff in order to try to prove some point. You push the link.
This is how a grand sheet protects itself, right?
What you got? You push the link.
This is how a grand sheet
Peace.
conducts itself.
Yeah. If it oh for real, all right. All right. Yeah, okay. For real. All right. Yeah, just hit me when you're downstairs. Oh, you're military already? All right. All right, I'm coming down now. All right. Peace. Um, Ayame, you have to connect your mic. So it's your platform. Say what you gotta say.
Nah, this
You
your
you, you
platform.
tell me. I
I'm the
gotta
guest,
go
remember?
downstairs to get something. So it's your platform. Say what you want. No.
Yes, I'm just saying, is this how a grand sheik conducts itself on a public platform?
What's that?
I'm
What you say?
asking, is this how a grand sheik representing the Moorish Science Temple conducting himself on a public platform? That's what
What do
I'm
you mean?
asking.
This is how? What do you mean? This is how? What did I do?
Bro, you're disgusting, bro.
Say
You're
it again.
disgusting.
How am I disgusting? You're not
You're
telling me anything. What did I
disgusting,
do?
bro.
So what did I do that was
For
disgusting?
all
What did I
day.
do? No, what did I do that was
You're
disgusting? That's the question.
disrespectful, bro. You don't represent the temple.
No,
You're
what did I do?
disrespectful.
What did I do that was disgusting?
Bro, you wasting my time, bro. You know what you do, bro. You
What
know
did
what
I
you
do?
do.
I'm asking you. What did
You're
I do?
disrespectful.
Oh, let me
You're
rephrase that
disrespectful.
question. How did
When
your mom
somebody
die?
pulls your card,
How did your mom die?
when
Did you
somebody
kill her?
pulls your card, you
How did
take
your
low
mom die? Did
blows.
you kill her? How did your mom die? Did you kill her?
I
Answer that
told you the
question.
next time you call me in private, I'll tell you, didn't I?
Answer that
The
question.
next
No,
time you
just put it
call
on
me,
the
since you
public.
got
I
bring
gotta
it up
go
on
downstairs.
Instagram,
You can put it
I'll
on the
tell
public
you.
while you're sitting here. Put it on the. I'll be right back. Put it on the public.
Nah, I'll put it on the private since you're so interested.
Keep going. Keep going. They're listening to you. You have the platform.
I called to talk to you. I ain't called to talk to them. I called to talk to you because you a big bully. I really ain't got nothing to say to the clowns that follow you, because that's what they are, clowns, a bunch of minions. Yeah, that's what happened. You tell everybody push the link, finally on the link, and you done ran off. Wasting my time, man.
Really? You wasted the time? You wasted the time.
I came to talk to you, bro.
Enough time. You had enough damn time. You sat there, you didn't say anything? You just sat there
I
waiting?
ain't come to talk to the. I came to talk to you. Came to talk to you.
No, talk to me for what? Okay, talk to me for what? I'm here, I'm back.
To tell you, you disgusting, bro. You no green sheep, bro. You're not
Bro,
a
you
green
said
sheep.
that already. Say something different. You said that already. You said that already. You said that already. Tell me something else.
You're sick in the head.
Tell me something else. Like, I mean, come on, bro. How prove that I'm sick in the head? How am I sick in the head? Prove it.
You sick in the head by believing that Jamal didn't do nothing wrong. You're sick.
What do you mean? Why am I sick in the head? Are Chinese sick in the head for believing they're not triads?
You come with these foolish
There's a
analogies,
group
bro.
There's a group of Asians that are going around. There's a group of Asians going around murdering people. Are you going to those other Asians who aren't murdering people and telling them, hey, what you did was wrong? Are you doing that? I'm not hearing
What
you.
Asians got to do with Jamal being locked up for 120 days to this court arraignment?
What do you mean? Why do you think he's locked up for?
Why do you think?
Why do you think he's locked up?
We gonna keep going over this, bro?
Why do you think he's locked up? I'm asking you a question. Are you gonna answer the question, or are you gonna keep playing games?
He was suited and booted, ready to go. That's why.
Ready to go where?
Obvious.
Ready to go where? Ready to go where? What do you mean? Who knows? So if you don't know where he was going, if you don't know where he was going, suited and booted, where was he going? Where was he going?
In a sprinter van.
He had a sprint. Okay, let me come at you different. Let me come at you different.
No,
he had a sprinter van, right? He had a sprinter van, right? Hold on a second. He had a sprinter van, right? He had all the ammunition that he needs, right? He had all the guns in the world. What did he do wrong?
All that.
What did he do wrong?
You tell me.
What do you mean? You tell me. I'm not saying that he did anything wrong. You're the one saying he did something wrong. So what did he do wrong?
I'm saying he got 120 days. So you tell me.
Obviously, he got 120 days because he's locked up right now.
With a minor with him. And you telling me that he didn't put his people in danger?
No, he didn't.
Minor.
No, he didn't.
Bro, you're sick in the head, bro. You're sick.
Right. So if I'm sick in the head, why are you on here? So why are you on here? Why are you on here talking to somebody who's sick in the head?
To let it know on the public platform that you're
sick in the head, right? Why are you on here talking to me? If I'm sick in the head, why are you on here talking to me? Is my question. Huh?
Because there's a few people that's following you that's been misled just like me.
Okay. What is it? Okay. Let me ask you this question. Hold on a second. Let me ask you this question.
On the record.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Okay, so you just said that I have followers, right?
Obviously.
You just said I have followers, right? Okay.
Yeah.
When you said hold on a second. You said that you want to expose to the followers that we get people locked up. That's what you want to do, right?
To make known on the public.
Okay, I get that. So let me ask you a question. So when I told you you have the platform, I'm going downstairs. Did you relay the message to the followers?
I called to talk to you.
No, did you relay the message to the followers? All right. Yep.
They just heard it because I just said it to you.
Yeah.
I ain't called to say it to the followers. I'm saying it to you.
Why are you telling me? It has nothing to do with me. What does it have to do with me?
Because you said click the link. You obviously think people are scared to come on your platform.
What is scared to come on the platform? I come on the platform and say something worthy. You haven't said anything worthy yet. You're just being a bitch ass nigger.
You see? And there you go with the disrespect, and you're supposed to be a grand sheep.
Yeah, because you deserve to be disrespected. You deserve to be disrespected, just like anybody else who comes on here. Just like anybody else who comes on here and acts like a bitch ass nigger, they get treated like a bitch ass nigger. That's just what it is. Do you have anything to add? Do you have anything to?
Conversation.
No, I don't have respectable conversations with bitch ass niggers like you, noble a queer. Noble a queer.
That's why you don't have a wife.
I don't care why I don't have a wife. That has nothing to do with anything. Why do you kill your mom? Why do you kill your mom? Why do you kill your mom?
There we go.
Why do you kill your mom? Put that on the record. Put that on the record. Why do you kill your mom? Why did you kill your mom and you're hiding out at your grandma's house? Does your grandma know that you poisoned your mom? Does your grandma know that you poisoned your mom?
Since you want to be public famous.
Does your grandma know that you poisoned your mom?
All right, bro.
Does your grandma know? Or are you hiding that from her too?
Can you tell us the story about how your dog died again? Tell us the story about how your dog died in Trinidad.
Right? Tell you. Once push the button. He just had a whole time to talk, say whatever it is that he wanted to say. Did he say anything? No. He sat here waiting to talk to me like if I want to talk to a bitch ass nigger like him. Who else is out there? Anybody else want to push the button? Any other trolls out there? Artie? Nobody else? Because I don't know what people think. You know, I don't know what people think. I really don't know. You have all these helmet mouth guard people talking about their Moors and have Moroccan flags up and all that when they're out pedophiles. They're using children's cartoons to lure children so they could molest them. And you're riding with them. We're the traitors. Pata, where you at? Push the link, Pata. Don't talk shit in the chat. Why are you talking shit in the chat? Pata, where you at? Push the link. That's all you guys like to do, just talk shit.
No, I ain't coming to talk shit. You can hear me, yo?
The hell all you people at? That's all you guys like to do, just talk shit.
Hey, you can hear me? Islam, you can hear me?
You're on the screen, so why are you silent? You're obviously on the screen.
Can you hear me? Islam, can you hear me?
You're obviously on the screen.
Okay,
but you're silent.
I'm not silent. I'm trying to speak.
You just came on here to be silent?
Nah. You can hear me? Islamism. I ain't come to beef with you or anything like that. I was really trying to focus on a solution as far as remedying the rise of the moral situation. I would like to pull out.
Echo. I can't hear him, mind you, by the way. I can't hear him.
Can anybody hear me? Nobody can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, Islamism. I ain't called a trip. I ain't called a trip. I'm in support of rise of the Moors. I'm calling to say, let's pool our efforts and energy if we can contact the necessary people and put the proper paperwork in to free the people. You know what I mean?
Let's stop the BS. The BS. Don't come out here with that BS. Stop the BS.
Why is that BS?
Why weren't you in Rhode Island? Why weren't you at the court date?
Why I got to go to the court date?
Why aren't you at the court? Why weren't you there? You said you got paperwork. How's the paperwork supposed to get there?
Why
How's the
can't
picture
email it
there?
to them? Why can't email it to them?
Email
Why
it to
can't
who?
email it to whoever
Email it
gonna
to who?
start it? To
Email it to who?
the rise of the mall. They had some people in there trying to file some kind of case with $21 silver dollars. Email it to them. I mean, what you mean? What you saying? I'm saying why we can't discuss.
No. There's nothing
Where
to
they get them out?
discuss. No. There's nothing
Why
to
you ain't never
discuss.
discuss?
No,
You want me
there's
to say?
nothing
Let me
to
tell you
discuss.
why it's never
Let me tell you
discussed.
why. Let me tell you why there's nothing to discuss.
And
The
then I
reason
want to tell you
why
why it is.
the reason why there's nothing to discuss is because you people weren't saying shit before they got on the highway. So FOH with what you think that you got now after they got off the highway. FOH what you got.
That's
Because
not true about me. That's not true about me.
stop this. Where you been?
Be small, be still.
Where you
Be
been?
small, be still.
We had Rise of the Moors on here before, and I never seen you in the chat. So stop the BS.
Well, I talked to Jamal before personally. You know what I mean? I had conversations with him. You know what I mean?
Yes. If you had conversations with him, you would be at Rhode Island. Get the hell out of here. People are sellouts and traitors. And only because do you want to say something? Where were you? We don't want to know what is going wrong. When stuff was going right, where were you people at? Where were you people at if stuff was going right? Please. And don't tell me about anything about you're gonna support now when you weren't supporting before. FOH. PNF Media, you were talking BS. What you got to say?
See you playing my video, man. See you playing my voice. And I see you commenting on my channel. That's what I got to say, bro.
Yeah, I told you that we're live. Where you at? So you're here now. So what's your issue with Moors? You gonna say that the European was right too for kidnapping those Moors? Is that what you're saying? Was the European right for kidnapping those Moors?
I want to state my piece without getting interrupted and disrespected.
You're on our
Like you did root words.
No, you're on our channel.
I don't want you. You're not gonna treat me. If I'm gonna get treated, I'm gonna leave. If I can't talk, I'm gonna leave, homie.
So leave then. Get the fuck out of here then. Leave. We're not begging you to be on here. Who the hell are you?
And like I said, man, why did Rise of the Moors call themselves foreigners? Why is Rise of the Moors calling themselves foreigners? Why? Why?
Get off. Get off then. The hell are you talking about? Since if they're calling themselves Rise of the Moors, how are they calling themselves foreigners? How, dummy? If they're calling themselves Moors, how are they calling themselves foreigners when Moors are indigenous to everywhere on the planet?
Peace, Crunchy Cujo.
Moors are indigenous to the planet. Peace, Islam. What's up, Juju?
Listen, these Moors don't study. So when Moors say they're foreign nationals, they don't understand that they're foreign to the United States government, not foreign to the land. And you would know that if you read a book. I want to know how much I am bitch made in the chat is getting paid by the government to troll your videos. He's
getting something because he's been here all day. He started at
He's enjoying himself. That's sad.
10 we started. They're getting something. Sad. I don't know what they're getting, but they're getting something. They're getting something. They're getting all the children that they want to molest or something. I don't know what they're getting.
I don't know. He spends way too much time on your videos instead of teaching his child the 5 principles and how to say them correctly. So he should worry about that and teaching his son and, maybe work on things of importance instead of, being on you on every single one of your things, just trolling in the chat.
Just trolling. Yeah. Oh, and since I have you on the phone, any update as far as how the Moors are doing, other than getting kidnapped and the food sucks or whatever?
Yeah, they're doing great. They're all, strong-willed. They're all, they're holding in strong. A lot of them, they have their head on right. This is Jamal's obvious first and last time in there, but he's doing great, and his spirit is good, and he's doing well. So they are, for the Moors who's asking about paperwork. I just have a question, just to get people to think for themselves, because one, paperwork has been filed. Just because you might not know what's going on doesn't mean that things aren't happening in the background. Paperwork has been filed for them. There is a body of Moors working to help them. No, we don't need to go to different people like the UN or United Respublica or this one or that one. Call this one, call that one. If they want to help, they would be helping. And we need to stop looking for other people to save us when the prophet said he brought us all of this information so that way we can save ourselves. So stop looking for a savior. So if you don't have anything to offer, and if you're not going to do anything, stop asking why no one else is doing anything. Also, there is a Moor. One of the reasons why a bunch of these Moors ended up getting lawyers, because there is a Moor who uses standby counsel and thinks that's the right thing to do. So for some reason, all these Moors started listening to another Moor, and then it's, in the end, they all still went to jail. So they're actually all getting rid of this standby counsel. They're all firing them because, they understand they're not supposed to even have that happen in the first place. But everybody's doing well, and Allah is leading and victory is sure. So just know that, all of this is happening for a greater good. And, if people didn't know who the Moors were before, they absolutely know who they are now, because this has made international news. Whether you like it or not, whether you agree or not, everybody knows who the Moors are now.
Yep.
So, at least the Moors that to show for it.
Yep, straight up.
So.
Straight up.
Peace to you, Grandchi Kudra. I just wanted to come on and talk a little bit of smack. Because
Get that frustration up. Don't worry.
Some of these Moors are just funny. I was dying at old boy who was really just on there with dead air. Like he had so much to say in the chat. And then when he got out, I don't know, he got stage fright. I don't know what happened.
He got stage fright.
And then he started talking about a dog. Like what? Just let them keep coming on, please, because it's embarrassing for them.
yeah, they play themselves. They definitely play themselves.
All right, I'm gonna hop off here, but yeah.
All right.
Thank you. Peace.
All right, so the Moors are doing fine. They're up. Everything's in. Can't see your family and can't see your wife or your girlfriend or whatever. Food sucks. But, their spirits up. You hear them talking about, no, we're not Moors anymore because this is what happens when you're Moors. You hear them talking crazy? No? All right. Islam, mother.
Peace, Kuja. I just came on the line. Honestly, I came on the line when I saw two other people pop up. So I'm like, yo, let me hit this link. Because ain't nobody going to be sitting here just putting my sheet to the slaughterhouse for no damn reason. Just for standing up for what's supposed to be stood up for. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I was just on mute just in case somebody said some slick shit. That's honestly why I'm here. And honestly, like, truly, I'm waiting for Rami to come in here. I'm waiting for Rami to get his ass in here.
Rami's not coming in here. Rami's definitely not coming in here.
As long as he's been on, you know what I mean, in the chat talking, you might as well. You might as well just say what you have to say off your chest as opposed to just being trolling being in the chat trolling on people's stuff. It don't even make sense.
Nah, he ain't pushing no link.
Every show, Cooch, every show. And then the other one who had so much to say in the chat, but then when he come on camera, he have nothing to say. Literal crickets, yo.
Mute.
Literal crickets. I'm like, yo, Cujo done drop the mic and walk off. He ain't
nothing to say.
He ain't say shit, yo. He ain't have nothing to say, yo. The man, he type faster than he talk. The man slow as fuck.
Oh, and PNF, the reason why you got kicked off is because you're not coming on here to teach me something. You're going to learn something. You're going to bring your questions and get answers, but you're not going to teach me something. And that's why we're playing your video, because you people like to be heard. So we'll play you to hear you, because you already put it out there. We don't need to hear you talking out your mouth.
Pun intended.
Yeah, we don't need to hear you talking out your mouth. We already have your video. Right, we told you that it's the block party.
Play their video to play them. Make it known that they playing themselves. Actually, it's not even about us playing them. They playing themselves.
Always. They always play their stuff.
Like honestly, I wonder if people ever really understand like how you teach people. I wonder if they really see it. Like you don't argue with nobody. You go off of what come out of their mouth, and then you would you change the frame to a book or a historical reference or something, and you let the history talk for itself. Like why is anybody even coming to argue with you? Why are they not arguing with the people who you reference? Who the stuff come from?
Never.
They want to talk about the sheik who actually understands that it's not about the titles, it's about the flesh and blood, the morals in this. Honestly, you're the only sheik who I know who would give up their title just to make sure that the people are still on the right and arrow when it comes to this information, not to sell their own out. You're the only sheik I know. You're the only one I heard say that. The only one. And it wasn't no self-proclaimed title. You actually went through the chambers and all of that. You were given that. You were bestowed that, knowing that the people needed it.
And then they're gonna talk about they're gonna go get at somebody who gave us a charter as if we haven't paid our dues to
so
be who
dumb.
we are.
Why don't they go get at the Supreme Grand Council that they love so damn much? Did they call them yet?
They would never do that.
Did they pick up the phone for him yet?
They would never do that.
The fuck? Pardon the French. Come back on mute, man. How you?
Islam, Amir.
Peace.
Good, boy.
Man, I just want to say, like, it's unfortunate that some people are taking advantage of this situation with the rise of the Moors to spit something false or fugazi stuff about the Moors. I see Rami in the chat. He's talking about when did the Prophet ever say we're foreign nationals? Times change, but principles don't change. You know what I'm saying? So he never said that we're foreign nationals on any of his paperwork. However, we know that we're Aboriginal, indigenous to the land, and we now know that the United States is a foreign corporation. And part of the reason that they're a foreign corporation is because of what the Prophet did. You know what I'm saying? So we can't be a United States citizen. We're the ones that are going against that whole paradigm of being a corporation. So, like, he's trying to come in with some, when did the Prophet ever say that? Hey, man, we're indigenous to the land. We're men. You know what I'm saying? So stop doing that.
Could you prove that? Because there's nowhere that Noble Jolly said we're indigenous. He didn't use those words.
Okay, he might not have said that we're indigenous, but let me see. We're from the land. We sojourned from the land of Canaan, right?
Yeah.
I can't prove it verbatim off of the 101s, but I know that we sojourned here. We got permission from the ancient pharaohs of Egypt in order to come here, and that's before the Great Split. Correct? If I'm wrong, somebody prove me wrong.
No, right and exact. We got permission from the pharaohs to
and so we've been here.
Yep, exactly.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying that we're not part of the corporate fiction as far as the corporate fiction is concerned. That's why we're saying that we're foreign and we're nationals. Nobody else is saying that they nationals because they can't carry that. They can't have that title like we got that title.
Mm-hmm.
At least on these lands. You know, some people still think that America is a country. America is continents.
At least on these lands.
Yeah, on these lands. So, you know, it's just like Taj was saying, like, you know, this is the only land in the Americas without a national name to it. Canaanland, y'all got a national name. Mexico got a national name. There's a gap in between. United States of America. Come on, man. You're using the name of the continent, but the name of the continent can't be the name of the nation. All the other nations in the Americas have their national name, from Brazil down to from Chile, all the way down to Canaanland, right?
Yep.
Okay. So this is the only geographical space within the Americas that don't have a national name attached to it right now. And the reason it doesn't have a national name attached to it, well, or they're not showing what it is because they don't want people to know that they Moroccan. Al-Moroccan.
And which again, if this is the Moroccan Empire, lets us know we're in our own land if we're Moroccan.
Exactly.
If we're Moor, we're in our own land.
Exactly, and they're gonna try to obfuscate that. They're gonna try to hide that no matter what, because that's what gives them the room to be able to be like, I'm an American citizen. No, you're not. You know what I'm saying? As far as the others, you know what I mean? So that's as far as that goes. You know. But as far as the brothers are concerned, everybody knows they didn't do anything wrong. They didn't hurt anybody. There's no corpus delicti. They didn't hurt anybody's property. So those are the two elements that need to be proven for a crime to exist. You either need to injure somebody or injure somebody's property, and then you might have to recompense or pay for that. They didn't hurt anybody. They wasn't doing anything to anybody. No principles against any laws of nature or anything like that were violated. So everybody, like Julissa just said, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody that's pointing their fingers, like ooh ooh ooh. You know, you either I want to call them sellout or whatever you want to call them. You either a sellout or you afraid or you an agent, but.
Something.
All the damn above. Clear. All the freaking above. Shit.
Yeah.
ABC.
Some people don't know. Some people are scared and they don't know, and they really think that they still in the matrix though. And they in the matrix and they really think that, it says in the Massachusetts codes or whatever they got over there that you can't do this. Nah. They didn't break any universal laws. They didn't do anything. They didn't hurt anybody. They was moving on their principles, and when they engaged the policy enforcers over there, they were still on their principles. You know what I'm saying? So, so everybody that's taking this moment right now to show that they're a snake, thank you for showing us that you snakes. Don't come back around again. That's what I gotta say.
Exactly.
Islam
more. Thanks for saying that, brother. I respect.
And y'all take it easy.
Really quickly, I just want to say, like, just like the brother was saying, because when I unmuted, he basically touched on what I was going to say. Everybody who is against the rise of the Moors right now, understanding that a trial has not even freaking happened. Okay, no adjudication took place. Nothing moved yet. Nothing freaking moved yet. But you got Moors that are saying that the colonists was justified in locking these people up because they were carrying arms, which is their right. But at the same time, no, it's not. So they deserve to be in a box right now. What are you saying? Who?
Yeah. And
Look, at the end of the damn day, at the end of the freaking day, you know who house not to show up at. Y'all, everybody know when some shit go down, when something happens, you know whose house not to attend to, because you won't be looked after, you won't be cared for. They're not going to even have a pocket knife to protect you. I yield.
Islam, mother.
Oh, yeah, Islam. I was looking at. Oh, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I just want to camel back off of Amir about the situation, because I was in the chat earlier, and you know, we got this PMF, and we got Rami, you know, and we got Richard Neal Bay, you know what I mean, trying to come and interrupt what Moore's got going on. Now, I'm just gonna tell y'all this: the three Moors I just said, they all look like they turncoats, they agents, and they coming in with no knowledge as far as how Moors run our nation. They all with the go along, get along gang, you know what I mean, that's helping these colonists enslave our Moors, you see? So if they out here worrying about this feed and disrespecting Julissa, the mother, you know what I mean, I don't see anything funny about that. I don't see anything funny about you laughing at Moors locked up. You understand? So if you dirty Moors, yeah, these dirty Moors, they just on some senile, like follow the damn colonists, you know, coattail and stuff. It's like it's just a psych operation with these clandestine ass Moors that's, you know, doing the dirty work of the colonists. And I see it. My third eye is wide open, and I don't care about, you know what I mean, these Moors trying to get up here on Cujo feed and do all type of slanderous remarks and all this, that, and the third. Everybody, just like Amir said, we see the snakes now. It's time to chop their necks off. No more. Islam, and I yield the floor.
Yep. I totally concur. And I saw that slick comment that Rami made just now while Julissa was on here too. And yeah, man, you are gonna, if you're not just under federal protection, you're gonna end up running into somebody, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying anything. I'm not implicating nothing, but you know, you're gonna end up running into a real one. And they might not be too kind to you off of how you disrespecting, you know, like, because the more is down. And if you want to go off of what the prophet said, he said, when your brother is in adversity, help him, right? So you ain't doing no kind of service or no kind of help. You act like we got to be in the temple in order to be a Moor. We know we don't got to be a part of a temple to be a Moor. We are Moor by birthright. You know what I'm saying? So don't be surprised if you get some kind of justice handled to you, because you're going against the love, you're going against the peace, you're going against the freedom, you're going against all of that. You're gonna get justice, fam. It's gonna come to you. I don't know if it's gonna be from karma or if it's gonna be by you running into one of these Moors out here and them letting you know. I don't care if they letting you know and they just giving you truth and it's hurting like that or whatever else, family.
Yep.
Islam,
brother Kasir.
Islam Nobles. Yeah, no, I got on here when I seen P&L Chang pop up because I wanted to ask him about what his temple was doing and where he got the commissions and all that, because I heard like he had a Grand Sheik pop on one of the Indians pages. I was being newsy, and they was talking about like the charter and all that they got, and I wanted to know, well, who was it from? Because I know who we got our charter from. Don't say his name, but because I wanted to get him to put on record who put his charter on the commission, and did he know about the condition of the so-called Supreme Grand Council? I want to know who commissioned his temple, you know, because everybody talking, but then when we start asking questions to get people to put stuff on record, it start getting real crazy. People start to seem like they have mental problems.
Yeah.
And
so you gotta ask the right question.
Right. The scimitar questions, man, fall on his own one. So
you know what? Those questions.
Y'all more know about the Massachusetts born stone? Oh, I know Cujo already know about that, but like,
I done heard Obashango L was talking
hey,
about it.
oh yeah. Now this,
With
and we
Hano Bank,
have,
right?
yeah. So we gonna sit up here and question ourselves of why this is going down in none other than Massachusetts, where the Bornstone lays.
Ha!
That Bornstone is our proclamation of annexation that we are Iberians in America, and there's no
Islam.
Iberia over there because he came here. Hano.
Islam.
So they gonna book the Moor in
Islam.
Massachusetts like other Moors like us ain't the third eye. We watching. We see what y'all doing. And then look, Moors, y'all gotta look up. Moors, go online, go YouTube. Go to Google right now and look up Cubans block highway in Miami. Look up that. Look up the Cubans block the highway in Miami. Moors. Wait a minute, hold up.
Yeah, I saw that because they were protesting.
War, why now? Listen, the mothers is on there.
They
like
protesting because they've been they've been suppressed by the U.S. low key for like the past 60, 65 years.
Exactly.
And they seeing people who look like them stand up against these colonists. They seeing that we ready. So now they getting ready. Like we not the only
just
ones.
that, Morris.
People gotta understand we not the only ones. And when it comes down to it, time is like a pressure cooker. You see what I mean?
Yep.
It's been boiling, yo. It's been boiling to the point where the lid done hit the ceiling, put a dent in motherfucker. All the food splattered everywhere. No, this is cleanup that has to be done at this point. Like ain't nobody got time for nobody who don't understand it.
Yeah, that's why we gotta get rid of these fake ones first. We gotta get rid of these traitors.
Straight up. You either know who your enemy is or you in the way.
Right.
That's it.
Because these people, because we look at that now. When we pull Cuba in, we got to think of where did Noble Drew Ali go in the islands to build a temple? You know what I mean? Exactly. I'm looking right now. I got a copy of the temple cards from 1940 something. Where is it? 3603 Indiana Avenue. And at the bottom it says, "I am citizen of USA." We could explain that. But when you look at, it's funny because when you look at the Cuban one, the date is back from it says 1902, so it's like supposed to be in the 20s. This is all written in Spanish, and there is no "I am USA citizen" on this one. So this is the card before the 40s. So obviously it's 1920s card. But the temple card from the 40s has that "I am a citizen" thing on there. The one from the 20s doesn't. And this is actually the card. It says Cuban Americano headquarters in Cuba. See, so he had this dude was teaching Moorish Americans out Cuba, and it was headquartered, and he wasn't telling. It didn't even have nothing about that USA citizen stuff. So, and this is before time. So when these people came out with the cards that we be seeing, that's after the prophet was passed already.
So you mean to tell me that the prophet came up with the organization of state of American state before that even came into existence? Is what you trying to say?
In the 20s, mother. This man was on some stuff, and now these Cubans is going crazy.
The OIS before the OIS was in existence.
Way before. Yep. The prophet was on some. He was on some other time. He said, "Look, I brought y'all everything y'all need. Just take it and save yourselves. Y'all don't even need to break your leg and save a whole world. Just save yourself with it." When these punks come out with this joint, 1948, they 28 years too late. Prophet didn't put it down already.
Islam.
And then Islam.
They're gonna take our flag out of the middle 12 o'clock position. How dare these people?
Islam.
But these Cubans going crazy. I'm about to yield the floor. But these Cubans going crazy out Miami. They didn't start doing this until Jamal got his stuff started going all over on the TV. After that hit the airways, these people took over the damn highway. Like, yeah, stop us now, take us to jail. And it has more. They're going crazy because everybody treating the dark skinned people in Cuba different. So the light skinned ones is jumping up like, no, y'all gotta treat us all the same. Miami is Cuba. I'm like, holy crap. Well, there's a pyramid that has just been found off the coast of Cuba, and it's supposed to be connected to it's supposed to be the last pyramids of what they call Atlantis, and they just found this joint like 2 years ago, and they're coming out public with it now. So you know how Moors be like, Africa is still connected to Florida. That's Atlantis.
Mm-hmm. Yup.
That's Atlantis.
Islam.
I yield the floor, Morris.
Islam, brother. Tell you. Hold on, let me unmute you. Hold on. Sorry, I was getting some background on everything. Peace, more. Brother Taib, what's good?
Oh yeah. So I was speaking on that, that how they got like the Haiti across seas, right? And like it's kind of like weird, and like the Europeans, they put that Haiti, right? And that's how they spelled it. But when I did my research, it's really like when you say hey, Hayti, you will see that same flag, and you'll see like the line, and you'll see another line, and it's red and blue, and it goes back to a Moorish warrior, a fighter, just like you got Toussaint, and I think you got I think his name started with a J, and you got the so-called not so-called, but you got the French flag, and that's how you get them using the banner, and they stole the colors. So they got the red, white, and blue. So it goes back to Haiti being here. So when they be like, oh, the Haiti people was over there fighting, they were fighting over here the whole time. All of them was fighting. The Cubans were fighting over here the whole time. So Cuba's really over here the whole time. It was over here the whole time. They switched it over there. So when we found out that Morocco was over here, the 1851, I think like when you go online you'll see it. But when you really find out that this is the real empire, it'll tell you that 1956 the establishment of the Kingdom of Morocco cross seas. I did that because that's the first side of it. And then what's the name told me yesterday, because he was like, this is the old Rome. This is the old Morocco. So I think it's called Stepania, something like that. This is the old Rome.
Septimania,
yeah. So when I found out about that, and then when I found out about Scipio Africanus, I thought he was a pale person. So I looked that up, and then it tied back to more names. Just like when I looked up Leo was a Berber. So I did more research on Spain. Spain was here. A Mexican, that's Mexico. You got it was a lot of fucking places. It was a lot of places. You got just like when they say Dominican Republic, you got all that was it, all of it. So what's the other flag we was talking about yesterday?
Can I interject real quick?
Huh?
Can I interject real quick? I remember and when I first began in my studies, and I had this book, and it had an esoteric map. Everything you're talking about, all the cities that was over there on the east, there was a mirror on the west. And it showcased, like it literally pointed out to me on a map of the quote, what they would, quote, call the United States, from California to the East Coast, west to East Coast. So yeah, like all you're saying, I truly know that you on the path. You know what I mean? And shout out to Tariq Bey for putting that book together. You.
Oh, Islam mother. She talking about the pamphlet, the Rex, the King Alfred pamphlet that went on our RV Bay. That one had the exotic flag right in the beginning.
Hey, so You know that old map with Mansa Musa on that, right?
Yeah, Perry
So
Reese. That's an early Perry
right,
Reese.
right, right. That's it right there, Paris, right? So I think they were trying to tell us that Perry Reese was here too.
Yeah. That's an Arabic word that this is explaining not the mat per se, but like the way the method the mat was made off of. It's like a measurement, Paris. It's like a French Arabic word talking about a measurement system. But you know how you talk about that? Go back to that Haitian flag, right? Look at the flag and look at that symbol in the middle, more. Tell me you don't see a palm tree with a blue and red fez on the top with blue and red flags around it.
It is.
So why the French was wearing blue and red fezzes? The so-called French, Louverture and all them. It say La Union Fiat La Force. So this is saying the so-called Brigade of the French. They have a palm tree with a fez on top of it, or what they would call a Liberty Cap, showing us the so. And then it's when you look at the memorial of Toussaint Louverture, it's like a statue of him, like or a bust of him. And in between the Haitian flag and the French flag, but they look exactly alike. Same exact colors. And then think, Morris, remember, if these people are really the French, wasn't the French that went over to North America with our flag and made that French Morocco?
Before you go on, Brother Kasir, I know you had a question for PNF. He's on here now.
Nah, I got a question for you, Grand Sheik. You know what I'm here for, brother.
Okay.
I got a question for you, Grand Sheik.
I guess throw my question
Let me
out
ask
the
my
bathwater.
question, Grand Sheik, and I'm out, Grand Sheik.
Okay.
You have more rank than me. You got more longevity than me, so you know more than me. I got a question. Because we're Moorish Americans and we want to know as well. So I'm asking you, we see the brother say that he's a foreign national and the U.S. policy officials don't have jurisdiction or the United States government. I'm simply asking, why does Noble Drew Ali, the Holy Prophet, have the flag of amity in 1913 with 48 stars if he is not a United States citizen? And why does it say USA citizen on your nationality card if we are foreign to the U.S.? That's a simple question. I'm not here to disrespect anybody. You answer the question and I'm out of here.
When you read Divine Warning by the Prophet for the Nations, he never makes reference to U.S.A. Never. He always spelled it out. And there was enough room on the card to spell it out. And secondly, how come this thing, I am a citizen of the USA, is a different font than the regular stuff that's already on there? Why is it in a different font?
All right. But once again, why do he have the flag of amity, the U.S. flag, brother? Why is he waving that flag, brother? Why, brother?
Hold on. Why you jumping? Don't jump the gun. Digest what I just said first. Don't jump the gun. You brought up citizen of USA. We're dealing with that first. So slow your roll. Citizen of USA. I am a citizen of USA is U, which is the unity, the handshake on the nationality card.
Unity, salvation, Allah.
Salvation, which is the crescent and the star at the back of the nationality card, and Allah, which is written right there.
And that's what Noble Drew Ali was quoted saying. Well, you got some proof he said that.
Oh, Cujo, my fault. Real quick.
Go ahead, Mo. Go ahead. This is an open platform.
When you look at the
hold on. One at a time. None of this over.
These people so damn stupid.
When you look at the identification card, Noble, what's the earliest identification card from the temples that you could find on hand? Like what I got the year in the corner under Allah. It says 19, and it'll say the two numbers for the year. What's the earliest one you can find from the temple, Morris, or more? Like what's the earliest date under the law?
1945 more because they had swapped everything
now
out.
Wait, now hold on more, right? 1945. There's a copy. If you look online, I'm gonna post it on Instagram later. But there's a copy of a card from the Cuban Americano headquarters, and it says 1920 under it. So it's saying that this card was being used back in the time of the Prophet. The Prophet was gone already in 40s. So if you're saying anything with the card saying "I am citizen" on there, that's after the Prophet was passed, because the date says 1940 something. The one that says 1920, that's the Cuban Americano headquarters. It's in Spanish, and there is no "I am United States." I said that already when we first came on. There ain't back in the 20s, the Prophet that put none of that on. I got a copy of the damn card right here from Cuba, the Cuban headquarters. Now, when I got another copy of a regular card that that looked like the one we had today, and it says 194, symbolizing the 40s. It has this "I am citizen" thing on there, but that was after the Prophet. Islam,
and I want to camel back off of you, Kasir. When the Prophet was walking around, none of this stuff that's going on right now in this day and time was not going on. So what they did was they did dirty COINTEL against the Prophet. Aaron L was the one who did the ritual around the Prophet's casket. So we already know the sellout. We already know they swap everything. That's why these Moors that's in these temples, they either indoctrinated, or you see what I'm saying, they know and they just don't care. And I yield the flow with that more.
Oh yeah, finish it. Or they had the Prophet's funeral in the damn in the Pythian temple.
Peace. To add on, because too many people don't understand jurisdiction and how you submit yourself to the damn jurisdiction, then you fall victim to the codes, statutes, ordinance, regulations, etc. of said jurisdiction. So when I hear certain questions, honestly, I'm feeling like, are you really not seeing what you're asking? Like, okay, for instance, right? You want to bring up the U.S.A, right? You have the U.S.A, the U.S., the U.S., USA, United States of America. Which one are you under? Do you know? That's my question for PNF.
Yeah.
Which shell are you subjecting yourself to?
Unity, salvation, Allah was not mentioned by the Holy Prophet. And Grand Sheikh Cujo Il, I asked the question, brother, why does the Holy Prophet have the 48 stars flag of amity, brother?
At the end of the day,
why does the Holy Prophet?
At the end of the day,
I came up here. I didn't come up here to get jumped on. I didn't come up here to get jumped on, ma'am. I'm not even going to go back and forth with you, mother. I'm not going to go back and forth with you, ma'am. It's not going to happen.
I've been quite patient on this line, and I want my time.
I'm here for the Grand Sheikh, ma'am. No disrespect to you.
To try to poke holes in a perfected thing.
No disrespect to you, mother. I'm here to talk to the Grand Sheikh, mother. I'm not going to go back and forth with you, ma'am. Grand Sheikh Cujo Il, why does the Holy Prophet have the flag of amity, 1913, 48-star flag if he's not a U.S. citizen? And Grand Sheikh Cujo, Noble Ali made no mention of Unity, Salvation, Allah acronym being a citizen. How can you be a citizen to an acronym, brother? How can you be a citizen? Stop it. I'm not, listen, no disrespect to you, ma'am. It's not going to happen like that, though.
Certain things you cannot submit to.
Cujo not going to answer me. I'm out of here, man. I'm not here for his fans, man.
It seems that you are trying to fight for something. You're trying to preserve something.
I don't even know you, man. I don't even know you, but I'm fond of Cujo.
No. You need to understand it.
Yes, I do, Cujo. You're a media face. You're a face of media. You're in a public guy. I do know. I've seen you for years.
Can I answer something?
Years, Cujo. Everyone knows you. If we don't know you, then you're fake.
I gotta.
If we don't know you, then you're fake, Cujo.
let's bring through some answers here. Why did Noble Drew Ali use the 48 flag? Do we know what year that flag was put up?
Right. Kasir, let me
Islam,
say that. I'll say it.
Islam.
I'll re-say it to you. I'll ask you, Kasir.
Yeah.
I simply asked if Noble Drew Ali was not a good U.S. citizen. It don't even have to be U.S. Let's take the dots off. Let's get rid of the acronym. All of that.
No, you can't do that because it says
Why
you
does the man
You
have?
can't do that, Lord. Damn,
They say you could be better citizens,
this is the
but
problem
like,
with y'all Negroes.
man.
This is the problem with y'all Negroes. Y'all don't know how to be specific with things.
I'm not no Negro. I'm not a Negro.
But
Get your mind right.
He said we need to be
Walk
better
like
citizens.
a duck, walk like a duck, walk like a damn duck.
But go back to your question.
Right, brother. Right, bro. Appreciate you for being respectful. I'm asking this simple question. The reason why I'm asking this question is because Jamal Bey of Rise of the Moors, appointed by Taj Tariq Bey, he says he's a foreign national, right? So I'm asking you, why does Noble Drew Ali have the flag of amity, 1912, 48 star flag, if he's not a United States citizen? What is the purpose of that? Of him even showing that, brother? Simple question.
So are you ready? You ready?
Yes,
the prophet
yes.
in the 101s, the prophet asks, he tells you his nationality. He says he's Moorish American, and then you reply after him, showing that he's not a U.S. citizen. And when you read the message to the nation, or the warning to the divine warning to the nations, he tells you about the non-need for the 14th and 15th Amendment, because that was really about the split of the North and South. There's no need for the 14th and 15th, because the original Constitution, being the Articles of Confederation, was never changed. So, being as though that reason, we don't need a 14th and 15th Amendment. They went back and championed what the prophet said in the 57 with Georgia and the rest of these other people, because they said the Constitution was the 14th Amendment and 15th Amendment was unconstitutional. And about that flag, that banner, that 48 banner, you know what year that banner was used from?
The one that the Noble Drew Ali is displaying is 1912, brother. The 48 star flag.
So when did Prophet open up, or when did Prophet start the Canaanite thing?
1913.
That's why he used that more, because he was putting people into the time of the subjugations going on in his time, not anything that happened before. And when you look up
and clarify that, you're clarifying that he's used that flag to make a point about jurisdiction or the slumber that people was in. That's what you're saying.
At the current time of the day we're in, remember he said, I came for all those who love Jesus, because at that time people was under the understanding of Jesus. So at that time, people would have been under this flag. And then when you look up the time of this flag being used, from 1912 to 1959, this is the second longest flag used in the United States history. The current flag we have now, from 1912 to 2007, that's the longest one. So the one with the 52 crap on there, that's the longest used flag. But the 48 was the longest flag in U.S. history. That's why I use that. Islam.
Islam to you and your answer, brother. Appreciate the respect, man. I'll go research that, and I'm out of here. Appreciate you, Grand Sheik Cujo.
Islam Morris.
Islam more. Hey, Kasir. Yeah. Just to put some perspective on that, right? The banner that these Moors be using all the time. You see what I'm saying? That on the 48 flag, that is another reason why the Prophet was using it too, because Morocco, he haven't recovered the Moroccan flag yet. That's why he was using it too. Right. So and just for the record, okay, once he retrieved the flag back, he was using both flags to symbolize that Moroccan is the ancient
right
land over here. And that's why the Moroccan flag is our flag, not 1956 kingdom flag. No. The Prophet had it in his hand before they even put it over there in 1956. So Moors have to be very clear about what they're talking about and go research some things. And I yield the floor, and I appreciate that, Kasir. Islam.
Can I add on to what you were talking about? because this is where you got to go bring history and law, like I was saying. The
Yeah, it's
Treaty of
like
Fez. The Treaty of Fez. Can you hear me?
yeah.
Yeah, we hear you know.
The Treaty of Fez happened in 1911, 1912,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm not mistaken. And that's that occurred because of the crisis. It's missing my mind right now. Adwas. It's an Arabic word, of course, but it was a crisis that occurred, and under duress, Morocco took on.
Yep, she just got dropped. I don't know what happened.
She's talking about the Treaty of Fez, Morris. She's about
Not
to talk about the Treaty of Fez.
she just
Yeah,
dropped.
they didn't want that to get out, so I guess they dropped her mic and whatever.
Because she's talking about the French Moroccan crisis that led to the Treaty of Fez. But yeah, I wish she could have explained that, because that'd have added into this slaughterhouse that we building up right here.
Right. Because I just don't get it with these Moors. Like, they want to come and attack Cujo. They want to come and attack any Moor that knows what he talks about in law. You know, and it's just really getting ridiculous now. And then when you have Moors on the outside looking in, you know what I mean, they want to be like, well, why y'all can't get along? And what's going on? And da 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 da. It's because of dirty stuff going on. You know what I mean? We need the clean house. We need the sanitizer.
Right.
That's just what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So if they can't get together with that concept, and then, you know, these Moors, I just get frustrated sometimes, and that's all. It's no love lost. It's just that these Moors need to go study, and they really need to have some type of allegiance to their nation and stop being duped. That's really the real deal that's going on. And I hope the mother do get back into the feed, because I would love to hear, you know what I mean, what she has to say on that. And I hear the floor more. Islam.
Islam more.
Yeah, damn, I wanted to hear what she was going to go into, because that subject that she was like hitting on with this whole French and Morocco, that would bring a lot of clarity to, like, you know, how we're Moroccans in America and we don't have anything to do with North Africa.
Yeah, but even on the level of having the mindset that you hear Morocco and you automatically think over there is warped.
Right.
Like, just thinking that, you know what I mean? Like, why would you equate Morocco with only over there?
Yeah.
Saying, like, you wouldn't do that with Moab? You wouldn't do that with Memphis? You wouldn't do that with Egypt? You
They
wouldn't
don't
do that
do it with Egypt. Wow.
Like what? Like, why is Egypt over here, which is North Africa, but Morocco's not over here, which is North Africa? How?
Because it's all about Masonic rituals. These people be mixing and scratching with more science, branch. And I noticed that now, that when I run into some of these Moors, you know what I mean, they say they grand sheik 100,000 or whatever. You know what I mean? They on a whole nother, they like on some old tangent off something else. Like, you know what I mean? And then when you sit down and talk to these brothers, you know what I mean, and you tell them what's up, and you tell them, you know, exactly what's going on, and you can't, you know, break me or try to, you know, make me get off the path. And then they go to thinking, then they be like, well, wait a minute, we can't move this more. Nah, you can't. You can't move this more, because I am going into the thought what the prophet had told us. He said, if only I can get you Moors to think. You see? So it can't be a lot of these Moors thinking. They can't be critical thinking, because they're doing stupid asinine shit. Just like Rami, he's another one. Like, you waste all this time, you come in the chat, you know what I mean? You want to slander, you want to talk crazy, but you haven't did anything since that book you wrote with Grand Sheik Pujo. Like, what have you been doing for the nation? But running your mouth, nothing at all. That's just like, Richard Neal Bay, another one. All right, just stop attacking Moors and go uplift fallen humanity. Because if you're not saying anything that's gonna help Jamal and those 10 other Moors, then you need to shut up. Like, you need to be quiet and go do your research. Okay, because this is nationhood right now. We're not even worried about the temples right now. We're talking about coming together as a nation. And then once we come together as a nation, then we can go and clean up those temples. I swear to Allah to that. So that's what we need to focus on more. It's like all real Moors, all the Joe Moors that study, we all need to forget the temples, like, for right now. We're not worried about what they talking about right now. If you in a temple or not, we're not worried about it. We're worried about our prophet and what he brought. And he brought it the exact way. So we are followers of our prophet. And if everybody is following the prophet in an exact and truth, then we shouldn't have no falling out. We shouldn't have no problem. It shouldn't be no beef. And Cujo never started any type of confusion. So if these Moors is coming out their face talking about Cujo causing confusion, no. You causing confusion. So I yield the floor with that, and I see I just yield the floor with that more because what I mean. It's like every time I think about it, it's like it just like boils my blood or something. So what I mean. It's just that as far as we need to see what's going on, all the Moors that see what's going on, just take mental notes, and that's all I gotta say right now. And I yield the floor.
Islam. More you ever hear something called the Moroccan nationalist movement?
No, I don't think I'm familiar about that.
This joint took place in the 20s where they was basically taking a bunch of Salafists, like a bunch of like people who practice Sunni Islam over there in the East or the Middle East, the fake East. But ones that was real hype on it, like extremists with the religion, they call Salafists, right?
Salafists, yeah.
They took all those Muslim converts and moved them over to present day North Africa, Morocco, and then start teaching them the mindset of being Moroccans and Moors and teaching them the history. This is after the Second World War, or in between the first and second. So from 1926 to independence in 1956, what's that? 30 years? They taught these people how to be Moroccans, bro. And it's all during the Great Depression and all that. All of this French administration was teaching these Muslim Salafists to assume the position of Moroccans, bro. Like just like how they did in Germany with forcing them to be Germans. They forced these people to be Moroccans, but we know who the true Germans is. We know who the true Moroccans is. This is part of the sellout. They got a book called The Journal of African History. They got this in there from Cambridge, but I've been reading this joint for the past couple months now, and I'm like, wow, it just kind of crystallized today. Like, yeah, these people really moved some Muslims into North Africa and claim being Moroccan with the background of being like extremist Muslims. So you know how Muslims be with their whole Muhammad and God, and if you say Muhammad or God and you don't say peace be upon them, you're a sinner, and they get all like they get fanatic with it. This is how
the
these
dogma.
people are with being Moroccan, but it's tied into their religion. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's religious dogma more like the extremist parts and all this, that, and the third. Because when you go and talk to these people who say they Islam and all this, that, and the third, and you start breaking it down to them, they be like, "What you talking about? That's not Islam."
Just start calling it on the law. It happened to me the other day. Like the boy, we was talking, and I hit the boy with the Al-Maghlib al-Aqsa, and he frowned at me, and it's like, that's not. How you from there? And I was like, because that's North America. He's like, no, that's the what do you say, the Arab Emirate? And I said, the Emirate. bro, what? I said, where you find that from? Your grandparents taught you that? He said, my boy, it's on Google. I almost smacked this Arab, bro. I almost
Yeah,
straight
I
slapped this dude across
see,
his face. He said,
they
my
do
boy,
that.
it's on
They'll do,
it's on the Google. I said, bro, I
yeah,
smacked on your face. Who's your boy? No,
yeah,
this is Maghrib Al-Aqsa. Go get your son. And then he went and got his son. I said, yo, tell your pop that this Google shit be lying. He's like, Daddy, you can't look at Wikipedia. They tell anything on there. I was like, you know about the Maghrib Al-Aqsa? Young boy's like, no. He went and got his big brother, the young boy, to go to school and stuff. I'm like, oh, you know about the Maghrib Al-Aqsa? He like dipped down like, you mean America? I'm like, yo, your dad don't know that? He said, oh, don't. He said, my dad real he turbulent religious. He said, and I guess turbulent is like he's a fucking religious
like
fanatic. Yeah,
stupid. He's a fanatic. That's what he's
yeah.
saying.
He said turbulent religious. I said, okay.
Yeah, yeah. They fanatics more. Like, and then how they try to disrespect us. You feel what I'm saying? Not all of them though. Not all of them. Some of them do. You know what I
It's
mean? Just
some
like I
new
was
shit
telling.
though.
Yeah, just like I was
They
telling
never
one.
acted like that.
Yeah, like no, you can't do that. Like you over here now with the million.
See, now to me, this is happening because people are starting to flake. Like, yo, I don't know when it happened, but I was watching your page the other night, and I was looking at this video that Sheldon had on there where he had interviewed some of the Avenger Moors, and he was
Yeah,
talking about
yeah,
how like us not doing right with our nationality and holding on to these principles and being noble and royalty is causing places where they say Moors came from to treat it like it ain't real, to try to
right,
flake on the whole principles of it because we not
right,
standing up on our principles. The more we stand on our principles, the more other nations around the world will hold on to this stuff like it's something real and not like some BS.
right.
Right.
So yeah, you know.
So we supposed to, not to cut you off more, but we supposed to be leading the example, right? Like the prophet said, imitate I the prophet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's all I wanted to add on. Islam.
No, I yield the floor though because I want to hear the other Moors going.
Okay.
Islam. Our mother, I don't know if you want to continue on where you left off with. You're muted.
Yeah, please let her go on.
Died.
Oh, the phone died.
Let me hear you.
But I don't even know where I left off at. I just know that I was trying to make a point about the flag.
You was talking about
And
the 1912
how the
the
red flag
crisis
was
in Morocco.
Yes, the crisis that happened, it was all under duress. All of it was under coercion. And it's like the more I study these treaties, the more I see that it was always under a strenuous situation why these contracts were formed. Like we literally fell because we allowed it, like the inside. And like the brother was just saying, the more we make it real, the more we know what this is, the greater we stand. And it's like time and time again it's like the circles, you know what I mean? Like it's like we're literally like the hamster in the wheel, chasing this thing that Noble Jew Ali already broke open. It's crazy. But yeah, the crisis before 1913 with the temple, the Canaanite temple, the flag was shown in 1911, 1912. Yeah.
It's Islam. Peace and love. Y'all can hear me?
Peace more. Yeah, we can hear you.
Islam. I'm gonna tell them about Baru L. I just wanted to share our Circle 7 Quran chapter 3, Leo's lesson, unity of life, because I think it's very important at this time because we're all together and we're all building, whether it be a bad concept or a good concept. At least we're here together and we're trying to disseminate what is and what is not. So I wanted to read just a couple of verses, then I wanted to go to the last portion of it, just so brothers and sisters would know that everything resides back within self. All right, Islam. I'm about to start right now. Elihu's lesson, chapter 3, Elihu's lesson, the unity of life. Again, Elihu met
his pupils in the sacred grove and said, no man lives unto himself, for every living thing is bound by cords to every other living thing. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they are, for they will love and not demand love in return. They will not do to others, men, what they will not have other men do to them. There are two selves, the higher and lower self. The higher self is human spirit clothed with soul, made in the form of Allah. The lower self, the carnal self, the body of desires, is reflection of higher self, distorted by the murky ethers of the flesh. The lower self is an illusion and will pass away. The higher self is Allah and man and will not pass away. The higher self is the embodiment of truth. The lower self is truth reversed, and so is falsehood manifest. The higher self is justice, mercy, love, and right. The lower self is what the higher self is not. The lower self breeds hatred, slander, lewdness, murder, theft, and everything that harms. The higher self is mother of the virtues and the harmonies of life. The lower self is rich in promises, but poor in blessings and peace. It offers pleasure, joy, and satisfying gain, but gives unrest, misery, and death. It gives men apples that are lovely to the eye and pleasant to the smell. Their cores are full of bitterness and gall. If you would ask me what to study, I would say yourselves. And when you well have studied them, and then would ask me what to study next, I would reply yourselves. He who knows well his lower self, knows the illusion of the world, knows of things that pass away. And he who knows his higher self, know Allah, knows well the things that cannot pass away. So now I'm gonna bring it to that was the ending of I went from 1 to 15. So I want to go to 17 because I think 17 is pretty much what we're dealing with right now. So I'm gonna read 17. Man seeks salvation from an evil that they deem a living monster of the Netherlands, pardon me, of the Netherworld, and they have gods that are but demons in disguise, all powerful, yet full of jealousy and hate and lust, whose favors must be bought with costly sacrifice of fruits and of lives of birds and animals and humankind. And yet these gods possess no ears to hear, no eyes to see, no heart to sympathize, no power to save. The evil, this evil is is a myth. These gods are made of air, clothed with shadows of a thought. The only devil man, from which men must be redeemed, is self. I'll read that part again. The only devil from which men must be redeemed is self, the lower self. So we're speaking about lower self. If man would find his devil, he must look within. His name is self. If man would find his savior, he must look within. And when the demon self has been dethroned, the savior, love, will be exalted to the throne of power. And with that, I yield the floor because that chapter right there is everything that we are facing, everything that we are discussing, everything that's going on right now, the controversy, religious controversy, the confusion between what's law and what's not, um, the fact that our brothers from the Rise of the Moors are being unlawfully detained and held hostage, because that's what that is, against their will, without consent. That's the Fifth Amendment of the Constitution. The Prophet said enforce the Constitution, and that has been violated. So neither of our Moors of our nation state is in violation of the Constitution, of our own Constitution, Zodiac Constitution, and of the Republican form of Constitution 1791, respectfully. So that being said, I just want us all to be on the same note and just build with love, true peace, freedom, and justice as the prophet instructed, instead of going back and forth of who did this and who did that. I think that probably will be the most wisest thing for us to do, because in unity we are strength, and in separation we are weak. Islam, I yield the floor.
Islam, brother Salem. Brother Salem, you
Y'all can hear
got
me?
something?
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. You're a little bit low. You're a little bit low.
What about now? What about now?
Yeah, you're good, Mark.
I that was some good words he spoke just now, but I just want to touch on sometimes the Moors in the temple beat down Moors that's not inside the temple's foundation. I'm down here in Charleston, South Carolina. The prophet is from North Carolina, and 95% of the people down here never heard of the prophet Noble Drew Ali. So if anybody was into more science or anything, like when you check out these small towns, like you go all around America, North America, and you look at these small towns, and and the people that's into the science, and you check out their foundation, a lot of the Moors like the Bash, Taj, Tariq Bey, but most of the Moors outside the temple foundation is Taj Tariq Bey, because they never seen any other Moor out there putting it down like that. So it's like everybody wants to bash the foundation that Moors outside the temple is coming in on, and that's really the problem with Moors outside the temple versus in the temple, because you outside the temple and you getting all of this information, just Taj Tariq Bey just giving it all to you at one time, and then you talk to more in the temple, and he telling you you're doing it all wrong. You can't do it like this. You gotta abide by the colonists, and nobody wants to abide by the colonist rules, because these people is violating us on a daily basis. Like every day, they violating us. They taking money out your pockets. They taking you from your family. They got the rise of the Moors kidnapped, and at the same time that they got the rise of the Moors kidnapped, all of these Moors trying to distance themselves from the rise of the Moors. But if they got the rise of the Moors kidnapped, that means any Moor trying to establish their rights and enforce their rights, that's a strike against all us. You know what I'm saying? They saying ain't no Moors doing nothing period around here. So instead of helping, they want to bash them and distance themselves, and they might as well stop being Moors, because at the end of the day, we're gonna see where their power is at. They don't have the power that they saying that they have. They saying, oh, he should have been in the temple, this and that. The temple can't even help him right now. So I yield the floor on that, man. I'm just saying, go through these small cities and start asking people, how did you find out about Moorish science? I never seen a Moorish science temple in my life. I got no problem with the temple. I'm cool with people in temples, but personally down here, we never seen a temple ever. And we never heard about Drew Ali until we started listening to Taj Tariq Bey. So I yield on that, man.
Peace. Brother Neil Bay.
Islam to all the Moors. Ills and days of will they wait till Allah. Islam, first and foremost, thank you for allowing me on here, Canaanland Moors, my brother. So what y'all don't know is, whether we speak every other year, 20 years from now, Cujo's my brother. Okay? If something happened to me right now, my mother is gonna call him, okay, and a couple other streets. So all y'all calling me trolls and all of that, y'all don't know how far back me and this brother go. With Jamal and the 11 that was locked up, me and my wife were threatened, okay? I don't run from no threats, man. I've been shot in the mouth once, and if it's gonna be for me standing on chapter 25, come on with it again in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. We were threatened by Moors in the temple as well as Moors outside of the temple, talking about what we need to do, what we gonna do, etc., what we can't do, and all along they didn't know we already was in contact with the wife. Before anybody said anything, as soon as he went live, we made contact with his wife. So Moors need to quit saying what the temple ain't gonna do. Put the temples out there that's not doing their part. Don't put us all in the same bag. I am a runaway slave. I'm still a street disciple, but I'm also a supreme grand covenant inside of the Moor Science Temple of America. Know the difference. Our brothers are locked up, and the only thing I still see is brothers and sisters still coming on all these different platforms arguing. It's a lot of things we can do together right now and stop it right now. And they can come home. They don't have to go to the feds, and they don't have to go to the state. But everybody want to keep arguing. Point the finger at yourself. Those brothers told us they didn't want our help because they already had something. So you need to know this before you start going out and talking about who ain't. Now, Recidier, what they said, and any other group of Moors, what they said, you can't hold all Moors in the temple accountable for what they said. What about what we said? Before you made contact, and I'm not saying Kuja, I'm saying anybody on here, before y'all made contact, I made contact to the rise of the Moors. As soon as he went live, Neil Bay, put this on the record, Neil Bay, Supreme Grand Governor, made a call to see how we will aid and assist those brothers. Period. And if you can't say the truth, don't say nothing about the temple. And if you're not in the temple, don't speak on the Moor Science Temple of America. That's that bloodbath that the prophet was speaking about. Since y'all love the oral statement so much, what we're gonna do? Start killing each other before we get right? Man, y'all need to stop. If you're not in the temple, you're not in the temple. And if you're learning from RV Bay, you're learning from RV Bay. That don't separate you. I can take you over to the county right now, and all those judges are going to say a Moor is a Moor to them. Ain't no such thing as a national Moor, American Moor, a temple Moor. They don't know that. You got a fez on your head, you call yourself an ill or a bay, and you say Allah. And all of y'all are enemies. That's how they see it. So Moors going to have to really quit yelling chapter 25 and be chapter 25. But then I come away y'all read the piece. Islam, Moors.
Islam. Brother Amazon. I know you're probably in the truck right now.
Brother Amazon, man.
Islam.
Where you gonna get on here like, you heard me? Real crazy. Like, I want to hear this. Because you know that more always come through with something. Dang.
Well, Moors is not.
Yeah, go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, we just want to make it plain and clear for the record. You know what I mean? Moors is not against anybody who's trying to help Moors out. We against those turncoats who's talking down on our brother. It ain't got anything to do with, you know what I mean? Because we know what time it is. We study. We know what time it is. That's just like anybody. That could be me. That could be you. That could be anybody, any of us kidnapped. All right? So let's just put everything on the table right now. All those Moors that came out and talked against our brother, right? How do you feel about that, Richard Neal Bay? I want to know your thought pattern on that. You know what I mean? And then after that, I yield the floor.
I think he just jumped off. Hold on. Let me put the link back in the chat. Oh, hold on, he's right there. Hold on.
Because it specifically came from that one temple on
Please,
TV.
More. Islam. I can't look more. I don't like Jeff Ford, Larry Hoover being in prison. Period. I don't like none of my people being in prison. If I can aid and assist them, I aid and assist them. Okay? Only thing I know is Jamal and 11, I don't know none of them personally. We sent our aid, and the brother said he just need holy Qurans, not Qurans of the Circle 7, holy Qurans and some other material. You see what I'm saying?
Wait,
I don't want to see
what?
none of my people in prison. You see what I'm saying? But one thing I'm saying is for those who got somebody put me with Rami earlier. I'm not in the car with Rami. Before anybody on this chat line actually made a call to Jamal, I was there. And I'm still there. But he told us he don't need that from us. What we got, he don't need. So the only thing I could do is keep the peace. You see what I'm saying?
Islam, brother. I appreciate you clarifying that out. That's all I wanted to know because we already see Rami. We already know what Rami is. So we thought you was right along with Rami, and that's what we get for assuming. That's why we want you to come on a chat so we can clarify things because right now this is not about Moors attacking Moors. It's about unity right now. We're trying to be unified.
That's right. And if anybody got Todd's number personally, he'll tell you. I stay in contact with him and ask him what's the next move I should be trying to do. And he tell me, brother, you want to get skinned like an alligator. Just like they talked about me, they're going to keep talking about you. They're going to keep coming up with lies. But you're either here to free the people or you're going to get caught up in your emotions, going to sit in the corner and pack. Man, I'm working, brothers and sisters. I was on that earlier, and I seen brothers saying stuff to me about some stuff that Brother Tahaka Bay did shows on. That stuff wasn't truth. And if so, I got $10,000. Bring whatever you got. I got $10,000 to put up. Anything that he said was true. Stand on it. Let's have a Moorish court in the name of Allah. Ain't nobody gonna do that. See, they hear the dog people. They hear the dog Cujo. They hear the dog Ardnell Bay. They hear the dog anybody that might get a little shine, brother. And I ain't that one.
Islam, Noble. That's why I asked you those questions, and
Yes, sir.
that's why what I mean. We want you to clarify. You know what I mean? Because
Yes,
I'm a man about what I do. If I talk about you, I could come in your face and tell you what I said about you. I'm not one of those Moors. You understand? So what I'm saying is that as far as us being who we are, we need to eradicate all this dumb stuff as far as Moors going at each other, this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? Because I don't really want to go at no more.
That's right, man.
Tell you the truth, I don't want to go after Moors. But if Moors is not in with love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, is not following the prophet to that unknown destination, then I can't deal with Moors like that. I don't even want to be around that energy. So I will tell you out of my mouth, you know what I mean? I will apologize to you more. You understand? But at the same time, though, it's so much wish-washy stuff that's going on out here right now. And we just need to clarify things and understand who we are in this movement. And I yield the floor, Islam.
Islam. And thank you for that, brother. And another thing I want to share. Somebody said we stole the documents of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Moors, somebody, whoever said that earlier in that chat, need to stick themselves because y'all don't understand what the Prophet Noble Drew Ali set up. Can't no one man take over Noble Drew Ali's show. Okay? And quit being what you told. Be what you know. Because, see, I'm the one who will put money up. And I tell anybody, I'll put the $10,000 up. And the only thing, if you ain't got to have the $10,000, just take the mouth shot if you're wrong. Or if you belong to that temple, leave that temple and come over here if you're wrong. Shut up or put up. We ain't got time for that, brothers or sisters. Oh, the temple needs to do this. If you want to see the temple do something, you need to go help that temple where you at. That's the only way it's going to happen because we're not a 5013, so we don't get handouts. This is our government, man, and y'all playing with it.
Islam.
Let's quit playing, man. This ain't the church. You want the church, go back to the church. But he did say some of my best Moors going to come from the church. From the church now, I see mega churches. Inside of there's thousands of dollars coming out a night, where a temple can probably get $40 in one night.
Yo.
Think about what I'm sharing with you. People go to the temple and they got their hands out. When they go to the church, they dropping it off. Thousands of dollars. We got to change this vibration. This is our only soul foundation for us. With that, I say Islam and thanks.
Brother Amazite,
Islam. Y'all can hear me?
what's good, Mark?
Hey, what's up, man? You already know. Look.
It's mama.
It's a reunion, yo. It's a reunion.
Ask your question, man, before I say my piece, man. I see that, but I want to put this on the record, you hear me? All these Moors
Hey.
coming at Canaanland Moors, bro. I'm out here in the street. I'm going to take his.
Broke up, couldn't hear a thing.
You know,
All y'all know.
you know they don't want.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
You talking?
What about now?
They don't want another C-SPAN, bro.
What about now? You can hear me now? Damn. Hey, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, they're killing you.
Damn.
They're killing you good right now.
Man.
Yeah, we can hear you.
They're killing you
They're
good.
killing.
You can hear you
You
now.
can hear me?
Yeah, you're good now.
All right, look, all y'all coming that cool, you're talking about he way up there and all that. I'm out here. I'm not one of these mowers, man. Look, I drive 18 wheels, guys. I'm in every so-called corporation every day, bro. Stop the bull. I'm tired of these temples. Yeah, and I'm gonna speak about the temples. You feel me? Only temple I know is the Canaanland Moor temples. All these other temples, we on record that we were knocking on these temples. I still go to temples and they don't open the door for me or they kick me out the damn temple. They say they got this secret, this and all that, and talking about you don't know what Drew Ali brought. Show us what he brought then. You feel me? Stop playing, you heard me? And like the brother says about unity and all that, stop playing all these random games, man. There's so many evidence on record, you know what I'm talking about? It's an open and closed case. And they talking, well, the brother didn't say this and he didn't say that. I don't want to hear that. A European, when shot up a church, the next day had buying money. He had buying money the next day, bro. Like, bro, I'm tired of all these playing these little games and all that. Then they hide behind a prophet. Oh, the prophet said this and don't talk. Nah, we talking about them dirty Moors and sellouts, man. Because guess what? When we came out of our mama womb, this is already supposed to be done. They put our Moors in schools, hospitals, everything, man. So either we gonna put a cash app together, something together. I'm tired of all that talking, bro. You know what I'm saying? I went in the lab to go study, man. And they got Moors out here. Look what Cool Joe doing. Look what Cosmo doing, bro. You need to donate to these brothers. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't want to go too deep, but also I want to put a more what his name? Sabir, bro. You is so Hollywood, bro. Cool Joe don't give you Federal Reserve notes. I don't give you 2,500 Federal Reserve notes. You didn't know it was from me. Stop all that, bro. You're a Hollywood Moor. You don't teach nothing, bro. You understand what I'm saying? And any more that's doing stuff, y'all need to put all y'all your concept and share it, and we can get something going on, bro. It's enough of this, bro. I got too many people hitting me up like, "What's up with y'all?" and all that. They trying to find out what's up. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you gonna put something together? And I'm talking about just do it. You know what I'm saying? They got Cash App, they got all kinds of stuff, man. But them temples, who repping them temples, man, stop with all that rhetoric talking about, oh, you didn't do this, you didn't wear this damn fast, and donate to the temple. I wouldn't mind donating to the temple if they open it down. Oh, you feel me? Ain't gonna do something, you know what I'm saying? Do something right. You know what I'm talking about? Like for and I give you an example. I went to a temple. I said, bro, I drive trucks. I said each truck make 250 Federal Reserve notes to 400 Federal Reserve notes. Won't you come with me and do the trucking? I know you don't agree with the trucking, but the trucking is the quickest way to get fiat to fund other Moorish businesses. You understand? You know what that dude told me? He said, bro, let me get your birth certificate. We go to the bank. I'm like, bro, I ain't gonna call his name, but he in Pittsburgh. I ain't gonna call his name though. Like, man, stop playing them rain games, man. Like, for real. I ain't one of them Moors, and I rock with some Moors, and I ain't keep saying to me, but I'm tired of y'all hiding behind the screen and keep saying Cujo this. Cujo don't mind getting on the plane and coming
over here. So don't get that twisted. Don't get that twisted, bro. He not. He on record. He don't care about me like 3-4 times. You feel what I'm saying? So man, stop going. Anybody coming at Cujo, RV Bay, or any active more that's doing work, I'm out here. And I be going knocking on doors. I ain't Billy Badass, but what you gonna do? Because half of them dudes when they see me or they see me and Cujo together, they not answering the door, bro. And this on the record. This on the record. They came and be next to the vibration. And I ain't talking about no physical stuff. You understand what I'm saying? But man, look, the Amazite Bay show still kicking it. More as y'all want to work together, I'm here. You need a donation. I can give you whatever you feel me. Cujo can't get cash out up there. So you know what I'm talking about? So we need to figure something out. You hear me? I hear the flow, and I got a lot of stuff to say, but I don't want to take up too much time. You hear me? But they playing pussy ass reindeer games. You hear me? Excuse my different language. You hear me? But I ain't with all that talking and all that, man. Either we gonna do it or not, man. You know what I'm talking about? You gonna do it or not? Period.
Islam. Islam, brother Menelik. I see you unmuted right there.
Yeah, more. I want to add this on too. Just like I'm coming back off the brother. He's laying it out there now. The same thing that Moore's been talking about. Like, you know, everybody want to know what the Moors has got going on, what they got brewing, what they got cooking, right? So in that actuality, we all need to just say, you know what? All you brothers that's talking against Moors that's outside of the temple, inside of the temple, you need to stop it. Just like the brother said, we all are Moors. It doesn't matter. All right. So now is about coming together as Moors and trying to do certain things in their territory. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm righteously trying to get into, like being industrious, so we can donate to certain Moors and get them started. You know, I'm gonna use the Mexicans for an example. Mexicans, oh man, they get together, 20 of them be in a home. Then you turn around, all 20 of them buy another home. You see what I'm saying? Then Pedro got a car. Then Jose got a car. You know what I mean? Because they all stick together. We need to do that. We need to start sticking together on everything. Real Moors now. I'm not talking about these Moors that's out here that's playing games, selling packages, telling lies, and all that bull crap. We need to just say, you know what? Since y'all want to do all that, you know, you go over there with that, and we're just gonna lead by example. And that's it. And I yield the floor. Islam.
Yeah, that's what we like them to do. Go over there with whatever, but they already know when they go over there, it's just gonna be them. There ain't nobody over there, so they're gonna be where we're at, which is why, you know, like the more Amir says, you know, clean swipes only on all these traders, and point them out from who's real. Because the Moors who know already know. The Moors who are sort of just coming in or whatever, they might see things, hear things, and get confused. You know, which is why it's like this. It's messed up, you know. But at least, like Juali said, the few faithful Moors, at least them are gonna do something and make the Prophet happy. At least the few faithful Moors are gonna do something, even if it's not all the Moors all across the board. Because you already know people have their little ego and their little everything else that they're dealing with. But I yield the floor, mother. Go ahead.
Peace. Anybody who's trying to learn how to reserve their rights in contract law, hit me up on IG. The handle is Maroon Love 13, Maroon MOOROON LOVE 13. All right, so just hit me up with a message and I will show you how to reserve your rights in contract law, Islam. Yeah.
Islam. If anybody has any other input before we close out, go ahead, brother Amazite.
Islam, man. Like I said, bro. Look, we keep doing all this talking. I'm done with the talking, man. We studied. Okay, we still gotta study, man. We need to apply this, man. Apply that pressure. Why you think all these other nations get somewhere. You know why? Because they handle business. Even the so-called LGBT community. We got a Moorish week and Moorish parade. Why are we not doing these parades? You know what I'm saying? Why are we not doing these businesses? You see what I'm saying? The business, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I'm talking about the Moors that's national, the Moors that get it. Okay, you putting your little coins together. You hear me? Okay, we need to come up and start pushing these business for economics, bro. If y'all didn't see what's going on the planet, right? It already was prophesied, bro. They got machines that's making construction, building houses, construction out the window. You can call your doctor and FaceTime the nurses out the window, and they got drones. He could doggone operate on you. Doggone Domino's delivering pizza. So where all these is gone? That's a wrap. You understand what I'm saying? It's a wrap. We know Fiat ain't doing nothing, but what's gonna stand is these businesses. You feel me? Everybody trying to do it itself, man. Or they trying to be the leader. Look, I don't want to be a damn leader of nothing. You feel me? Because guess what? It belongs to the Moabites anyway. You feel what I'm saying? I'm just here to do my part with the other Moors that's active and turn it over to them. But where's the economics to go along with the civics, bro? You see what I'm saying? I'll give you an example. If we all come together and do this the right way, we can buy stocks in the damn jail. You understand what I'm saying? I know it's fiat. You buy stocks in the jail or you buy stocks on whatever. You see what I'm saying? Now you control them. That's the only way you gonna control them. What will we do? We ride in cars, right? So we need Airbnbs and churros companies. You feel me? It's in business. That's a write-off. You see what I'm saying? Now we living rent free, right? Until we take back what we supposed to be given. You feel me? You get Airbnbs. That way everybody living free. You get a restaurant. Everybody living free. You understand? You get trucking businesses. You get nail salon. Everything we consume, we need to control. Period, man. That way we can focus and help the brothers and stuff. That's the brothers that's the scientists and the brothers that study law and the brothers that do metaphysical and the brothers do the medicine and the sisters. You see what I'm saying? That's why we're gonna do this. All these other nations, when you go in their community, they got everything they need. They only come outside the community to get fiat, to bring right back in their community. You see what I'm saying? So it's not hard. It's not hard. It's not hard. But what I'm saying is all is talking, man. I'm done with it, man. And all these bashing Moors, this and all that. Yeah, it needs to be said, because guess what? The sellout, they've been just doing what they want. All of them. And I'm done with it, bro. And I don't care whoever listens to this. I'm out here in the street. I'm not the Moor that just be on the internet. I'm out. I'm in every 50 streets, every 50 state, and I don't be seeing nothing. If I see Moors, I give them a donation. Hey, you need something or whatever, you feel me? Take it, go. But we got cash out now. We got cash out. It's easy to start a business. It's easy to get something together. Zoom calls. Let's just do it. You feel me? That's what I wanted to say and do the business of it. We already know our nationality and just get it popping. Moorish business should be popping.
Islam, more Islam.
You know.
Islam. But yo, that's the order of the day too. Like Moors being industrious, period. You know what I mean? And coming together, because I got something up my sleeve. Me and some more Moors. Once we all get together, we've been talking about that. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's water. Like we need to drink. You see? So it's real refreshing more that you come on and talk like that. Allah reveals everything, and I yield the floor. Islam.
I just wanted to add on. The Moor is absolutely right. Unity is our strength, and coming together with whatever kind of currency is good for all of us, because we all fall under that same Al-Moroccan flag. We all are part of that same national flag. That's what makes us one. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, we can all cry about our lower selves, our imperfections, and things of that nature, and point the finger. But every time you point the finger, it's always three pointing back. So you always got to reflect back on yourself at the end of the day, which is the reason why I read chapter 3, right? Now, I want to read chapter 25 just to remind our brothers and sisters of what we're supposed to be doing as far as being a part of the Asiatic nation, because it's our holy covenant. All right. So I'm going to read chapter 25. Chapter 25, a holy covenant of the Asiatic nation. Ye are the children of one father, provided for by his care, and the breast of one mother hath given you suck. Let the bonds of affection therefore unite thee with thy brothers, that peace and happiness may dwell in thy father's house. And when ye separate in the world, remember the relation that bindeth you to love and unity, and prefer not a stranger before thy own blood. If thy brother is in adversity, assist him. If thy sister is in trouble, forsake her not. So shall the fortune of thy fathers contribute to the support of his whole race, and his care be continued to you all in your love to each other. And with that, I yield the floor. Islam.
Islam, I got a question.
Islam.
Y'all know how much they bond is?
Say that again.
I said, do y'all know? Anybody know how much they bond is?
How much their bond is?
There's no bond more.
There's no bond yet.
There's no bond.
They got denied bail because of some dangerous offender shit or some shit.
So we got a court date or something like that?
Yeah, August 9th. August 9th is the next one. Right now they're just holding them till the court date.
Man, that's foolery, man. That's a they keep saying more as a group, but all this shit on the record. House Journal 1 Resolution 75, 190, 94, 95, when it talks about we're strict about name and heritage, and they apologize. It's open and shut case.
Yeah, open and shut case, not in color. Only in black and white is an open shut case.
August the 9th, man. Okay, August the 9th, man.
Yeah,
We definitely need to show. We definitely need to show up to that courtroom. You hear me? This is ridiculous, right, Charlie? You hear me?
Yeah, they know.
You know, and look at all these dirty Moors coming out. They've been dead on YouTube, and now we're gonna talk about the rise of the Moors.
Yeah. They revived
all these. Yeah, Taza died, man. That motherfucker. Oh, bro, Taza died, bro. You know I got your receipts on you, on me. Yeah. You try to charge me 18,000, boy. Remember that email? What is that? Remember that email? Amazon Ramontes Bay. Yeah, I got you, bro. All y'all cocksuckers. Yeah, HR, you trying to charge me 18,000, bro. I'm like, what? Bro, I got the email, bro. I told you I'd be on all of them through Cujo, no? And hold up. And Derek Grace, 19 keys. Derek Grace, I gave that boy 500 Federal Reserve note. I'm on record. 19 keys, I gave you 100 Federal Reserve note. Sabir, I gave you 2,500 Federal Reserve notes. I got the receipts. Y'all probably we don't know who he is, all right. But every time I go on your feed, Sabir, you either cut your feed off or you be like, you just ignore my comments. You feel like you did the other brother. It's all good though, but yeah. See, I learned from Cujo. See, we donate from y'all cocksuckers. Give you a chance. You understand? Can't say we didn't support you. You can't say we didn't support you. We did. But that's messed up though. That the brothers don't. You know why? Because they was gonna bind out, and beat that charge. They was gonna remove it. That's why they don't want to give them no bind. Mm-hmm. That's ridiculous, right there. I mean, it's too much. These people keep saying Moors is a group. Why y'all lying? Because they got a whole documentary from a European talking about the Moors in Spain. So how is a group? Just on that alone. I don't know, brothers. We just gotta show up, show out, put something together, man. That's what it is, and keep pounding on their head, bro. Because these dirty Moors coming up on YouTube getting hits and all. What that brother named JJ, JJ, Tyler Doc, this other guy, man, y'all funny, but y'all don't got no money. Y'all don't got no more fiat. Huh? Y'all spend them stimulus now. Y'all want to see the rise of the Moors and oh yeah, we can get some YouTube hits now. We get some YouTube hits now. If you don't claim to be a Moor, that's crazy though. But he a Beto. He a that's a bait. So what I'm saying is, if you don't claim to be a Moor, you need to get out of Moor's business and stop capitalizing. Cause we been on our own land. We don't mess with nobody. All we talk about is dirty Moors and the colonists, and what we need to do and what happened. That's it. We don't do nothing else. You know. If y'all got Umar Johnson, he finally built the school, ain't did shit. Oh, ridiculous. Y'all even got Brother Polite selling packages. Oh my God, bro. All of them coming out the woodwork, bro.
Yeah, they know.
So I'm waiting for Sonetta to come. Dr. Ali killed this whole crew with Reggie. That's all I gotta say for now, man. Just keep hammering on them, bro. But all jokes aside, man, we need to put something in place. All these Moors, reach out. Hey, man, Cujo. Hey, Cujo, you be sending people to me, though, bro. I be trying to help them out, and then they fall off, bro. This guy you said about trucking, I talked to him, but he wasn't really, I don't know, I guess too much. I guess he wanted me to charge him or something, because he said I give him too much information. He gonna get back to me. But if y'all want to reach out to me, just hit Cujo up.
It's love, boy.
Hey, but I don't mind donating, man. I really don't, man. I don't know, Cujo, man. I don't know how you gonna. I don't know, bro. I'm gonna have to send you a money order or something, bro. I don't know why they can't get no cash app out there, bro.
Yeah, I know. You know how they do, yo. We'll sort out.
All right, man. Islam, man. Shout out to the mothers, man.
Islam.
Oh, Islam mother. They was asking for your email again in the chat.
Or the IG.
What's the appellation? I can't see the screen.
Peace. My Instagram is MaroonLove13. MoorOonLove13.
That sounds like Sharice.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, make sure y'all get that now. Make sure y'all write that down.
Peace. Okay. I didn't know. I was like, hold up. Wait a minute.
Hold up.
Wait a minute. Islam.
Reunion. Islam.
Islam. Get in contact with me. Come on. Let's link up. Let's do some stuff, man.
Islam.
Any other
comments before we close out?
I just want to tell everybody peace and love in Islam, man. And I yield the floor. And Moore's, I'll tell y'all this too. I'm gonna send my number. You know, we need to all start linking up. You know what I mean? Even if we don't talk to each other all day, we just need to have each other's phone numbers. And I'll yield the floor. Islam,
man. They got Facebook. They got FaceTime. They got all that, man. Well, no, they don't. Me and Cujo banned from Facebook. My bad.
Been banned. We're some of the first people banned off that shit.
Both our accounts.
Yeah, we were the fact checkers, crash test dummy on that shit. Islam to all the boys worldwide.
Islam.
Peace to the boys in the chat. Honors to the Prophet, Noble Drew Ali. And again, honors to all the true and faithful. Chapter 25, Moors, who know that we're all we got.
Hey.
Islam.
Islam.
Peace and love, Moors. Islam.
Peace and love.
Peace and love.
Islam, Moors.
Okay,